are live. Oh, are we? Yes, we are. Posts. The postest with the mostest. Sweet. How are you guys doing today?
I've had Amish Paradise stuck in my head like all day.
It's not a bad song. Jason, Rob, are you guys here?
Excuse.
What?
Jason said he was here.
Oh. You said the thing at the same time, so I didn't hear.
Hello?
Oh, there he is.
That was a fun noise. Did you just plug in your microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Doesn't work if it's not plugged in.
No, it's wireless.
So, Rob, have you, or did you like the descriptions I gave you?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I always get really into my characters.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Your descriptions? Did you DM him about your character?
Yeah, I was dude, the Odyssey of the Dragonlord's character commissioned Rob to make a picture. And so I've been talking to Chris too and kind of like figuring out he's kind of using me as the test to see like how the character build is going to be, because it's the same rule set as 5e, but there are a few differences. Mostly like style differences and just like lore stuff. Like there's no iron, right? So you're not going to have like, plate mail. Or I guess it'd be like bronze plate mail. I don't know.
Nothing but togas.
Nothing but togs.
Here, just you're a centaur, right?
A centaur bard.
Where's player chat? Here's player chat. Here, just make it this.
The fuck?
I don't know what that is.
It's a centaur.
Well, it's not.
What do you mean it's not?
It's not. It's really not.
How's that not a centaur?
It's kind of not.
Does anyone else know how to control Rhythm Bot?
No.
In theory, yes.
Or not Rhythm
Well,
Bot.
I mean, I can just look at what Chris has been using.
Yeah, I mean, we just get him in here and just like put some background music on.
Yeah, here, I'll do. Here, I think I can do it.
As long as it's not something we'll get in trouble for.
Yep. No, command join doesn't work.
Chris said he'd be here, but he has to
There we go.
take. Hey, nice. He's gonna take off at 7:30 for like a little bit and then come back.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
What time are we starting at?
Once the countdown's done.
Where's the countdown?
On the Twitch
stream
thing.
That's madness.
Yeah, it's madness.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys done any reading into the Odyssey of the Dragonlord stuff?
Yeah, I'm going through. I've just started now.
It's not too long.
I literally don't know what Odyssey of the Dragonlords is. I haven't heard of it, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I recommend you definitely read through it, but it's a Greek mythology themed D&D adventure.
Okay.
Like, how big of a departure is it from regular D&D outside of just iron?
The rules are the same, except for equipment flavor-wise, there's no iron stuff. It's all like bronze. When it comes to like RP, there's some pretty critical differences. Specifically with oaths. When you take an oath, it's not just like, oh, I promise to do that. It's like you're literally writing like a magical contract. If you break that oath, you could actually have curses and stuff afflict you.
Click.
Yeah. Or yeah, so or like fucking with the gods, or a big one is stealing from the dead. Like if you steal from a dead hero, you get I think it's like the curse of like the grave robber, and you literally gain 1 level of exhaustion every day until you just die. And there's no cure.
That is savage.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how are you supposed to play D&D if you can't steal?
If you can't steal from dead people.
That's a good point.
No, it's stealing from like the tombs of like dead heroes. Like I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure Chris would like explain it to us and not try and trap us and be like, yeah, go ahead. There's a sword right on the ground there. Okay, yeah, I pick it up. Oh.
Oop.
Oh, our music bot just left.
Oh, he's done.
Okay, let's just try that again.
Well, does he put him on like repeat or something?
I don't know.
I honestly have no idea how he makes it work.
It doesn't appear. Can I? Oh wait, can I just do? Oh, there we go. Chris just gave me a hint.
Chris give you a hint?
Yeah, he just told me what to do.
Oh, he literally said hint.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. I recommend you read he pinned it in the class discussion, and yeah, it's very very thorough, but it's not too much reading. It's not like reading 300 pages of like the handbook. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Who's running it? Is Chris running it?
Chris is running it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so that's the other thing we were gonna talk about was adding an extra day of the week for D&D rather than running this on a Tuesday.
Right.
For a few reasons. Hey, Chris is here. One of them being for the viewers not to be too confused to like, if they have Sentinels one week, then Odyssey of the Dragonlords another week. Like, sure, it's not too confusing with 2, but then Mitch has said that he wants to also run more one-offs. Well, now we have 3 on one day, right? So the idea is that we have maybe like another day, like a Thursday or something. And it doesn't have to be every week. It could be like every second Thursday or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we try and find something that works. That way we can separate and have Tuesdays are the homebrew adventure, and then Thursdays are like the auxiliary Odyssey of the Dragonlords. And then if somebody's like, hey, I want to DM something for a little bit, they can do that then. So
I'm gonna BRB for a few minutes. Sorry.
Yep, it's fine. Yeah, and then I'll be really on the scheduling too, so that people know ahead of time like what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just so there's less confusion. But yeah.
Joel, did you upload?
Upload?
Sentinels 20. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Okay,
Yeah, it's in the Archives channel.
Yeah.
Chris, how's it going?
Not bad.
Did you read my my 2 lies and a truth?
I did. They're actually really good. I like them.
I kind of base stuff off like how Greek, just after reading like the Greek mythologies, how they usually have their their stories. They're just like ridiculous. It's like, all right. So then he turned into a dog and flew through the stars, and thus became Ursa Major.
I'm really excited for you to find out something that you probably won't find out for like 6 months, but it ties directly into one of your lives, and it's gonna be really funny.
Oh god.
I can't wait.
Oh god, what?
It's gonna be a good reveal. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. All right.
That was funny. I saw Spotify just leave the channel and then come back. I was like, I know what happened.
Yeah. Loved your hint. Okay, we are here. Okay. So, are you guys looking at the stream?
Yeah.
So we're going to take this alleyway here, and we're going to update it to Inkarnate.
Nice.
So, and I have the one at the bottom right there for reference.
Yep.
So. I mean, we may as well start by talking about, hey, Narga Plays! Long time no see. Oh, I guess it's been a couple weeks, but we're doing well. We could start by talking about people's like class choices for Odyssey. Like,
I literally don't know.
I mean, you could just like discuss like what your ideas were, what other people are doing.
Okay.
You discuss, right? Like you use your words.
Well, maybe I can
No,
help.
I know, but like I haven't. I'm one paragraph into the book, so
The classes are the same, dude.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah. The only thing
so-
that's different is the archetype.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the classes are the same, but what it does is it introduces 12 new archetypes that you can pick. You don't
Okay.
have to pick one of the archetypes that's in the book. They're just extra stuff that kind of it fits the theme of the setting, and it lets you do something a little bit different that's not
Right.
like core D&D. They are pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
they
think-
are.
Yeah, Joel's going with the same type of bard archetype that I picked when I played in this campaign, so I'm pretty excited to see that.
Oh, I didn't know you were the bard as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
The character I played is a siren bard.
Oh, no way.
College of Epic Poetry, and it was Haunted One. So you were almost Haunted One as well.
Yeah. Mapmaker Pro Evolution? No, this is Inkarnate. Inkarnate.
Not evolution, it's evolution.
Evolution.
Oops, shit.
I try to do my
Odyssey,
best to.
This Odyssey thing looks interesting.
I'm very excited, and I did just read like the Iliad, the Odyssey, and like a bunch of other like Greek myth stuff, Aeneid, all that stuff. So I'm very much in the headspace for this right now.
I have to reread the player's guide a couple of times myself too, because the one thing that I'm very conscious of is there's a bunch of stuff in my brain that isn't in there, and I don't always remember what you guys are supposed to know.
Right.
I'm afraid I'm gonna let something slip. You know what I mean?
No, I got you. Yeah.
So
It'll be fine.
I should pick my epic path after. I guess it's separate from your character, right? Like it doesn't. Like any character can have any epic path.
Sort of, yeah. There are some minor limitations on some of the epic paths.
Okay.
Like certain races aren't supposed to have certain epic paths, and it's hard to explain why, but basically what it comes down to is how it ties into the story. Because what the paths are going to do is they're going to tie you directly into other characters or story events that happen. And for some of them, it just wouldn't make sense. Like, you don't mind me talking about your character, do you, Joel?
Oh no, I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, so like Joel's character, his epic path is that he's supposed to be partly the offspring of one of the actual gods that exists in this world.
Okay.
So, like the restriction on that one is that he can't be from a land other than Thylea.
That makes sense.
Because it wouldn't make you can't be the offspring of a god that doesn't exist in like somewhere else, right? So
Okay.
there's stuff like that.
Don't you know my dad?
But any of these they can be changed just as long as I can still make it work with the story without too much effort. So it's like if none of them appeal to you or you can't find something that works, we can always figure something out. But
Right.
I think you'll probably want to choose the path basically kind of at the same time that you pick your class and your race, because
Yeah.
they do unlock some of them. You're working towards acquiring particular magic items or particular abilities or like divine gifts that you're gonna get later on.
Yeah, that's really
Okay.
cool. Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that you can like unlock like items and stuff that eventually.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there are some stuff in some of these paths that you're gonna be stupid strong by the end of this. You're gonna be literal
Gods.
Like demigods.
basically, yeah, like you're gonna be
I already
super
am.
but so yeah, like there's stuff in some of the paths that will let you get your stats over 20 and stuff like that. And so if you're, I mean, not that you should go into this necessarily trying to like min-max everything, but if you're looking for stuff that synergizes with your race or your character, you kind of want to give that some thought.
Right. Okay.
Maybe I want this over here.
Yeah, these races are interesting. They're very. Yeah, these are very different.
Yeah, it's
I like
super
it.
cool. I mean, you don't have to be like a monstrous race either.
I know
No.
what Jason's gonna pick.
Well, you do.
Good point.
Yeah, there are a lot of humans in Thalia. They are the most common race.
Hey,
But,
poodle hats! Can't decide where I want this fucking building. Here? Yeah, here.
I think Mitch had some interest in playing a what the fuck is a Thargo again? He's like a Tabaxi. right?
Tabaxi, yeah.
Yeah, but like Mitch had talked about being a Tabaxi, and that's like that's not listed on the races that are in
That's
Thalia,
that's
but
not allowed. Yeah.
he can be from outside, because the idea is this is somewhere that exists like across the Forgotten Sea. So sometimes people who are on voyages from other places, they might like wash up here.
Yeah.
All that's really going to mean for him is that like there aren't any other Tabaxi in the story, right?
That's interesting all on its own.
Yeah.
Medusae.
Medusae. I don't like how this looks. Really don't.
Thinking about adding Leonins though. I'm not sure if that would screw things up too much, but it's already in the like mystery or mystic Odysseys of Theros or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
Mystic something Theros. What's that add-on called?
Okay. Do that. That. There? That looks a bit better.
Mythic Odysseys of Theros. There we go.
New stream layout? Oh, were you here for the last session, Poodle Hats? I should save. Were you? Yeah, so Logan, if you want to just read like the Odyssey and the Iliad like quickly, you'll be all caught up.
Perfect. I mean, I know you're joking, but you said that very seriously.
Yeah, Poodle Hats, I kind of adjusted, well, I guess I added all the top stuff and the new bar and everything, and I pushed the character portraits down to the bottom left so they're not right in the middle. And then actually the mainstream, I cropped out a lot of the UI stuff that was just like tooltips and stuff that the viewer doesn't really need to see, so that you get more of the map. So hopefully that's an upgrade. Now my question for all y'all, is, do I make this like a cobblestone road through here?
Ooh.
What was it before?
It was kind of a cobblestone road.
I mean, cobblestone. I like the look of cobblestone. It looks a bit more visually interesting than just like a dirt path or something.
I'm definitely going to use like different like shades and stuff. It's not just going to be this. And I'm also probably going to make this a bit darker.
Yeah.
It's like more muddy.
Anything you can add that adds more like wear, tear, and visual clutter is always going to be a good one.
Did you just say
Like
wear,
more-
tear, and visual glare?
Visual clutter.
Oh!
Visual clutter.
Robbie, you don't have to rhyme anymore. It's over. It's been weeks.
I honestly thought you said wear, tear, and visual glare.
Just PTSD now. I can't stop.
Is that too dark? You could say it's too dark. I know it's too dark. I'll go 75.
You could use that as the bit. Yeah, maybe a bit.
I'd rather do a lighter base and do the shading in dark.
Should be a
honestly.
supernova.
You should look at it and be blinded.
Should
My
be a
face is
BDO
too dark, dude.
supernova.
Poodle hats, you literally cannot say that.
I mean, Joel's Fungeon Master character is wearing blackface.
What?
No, his face is inside the hood.
Yeah, covered in black paint.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
For
Wow.
legal reasons, that's a joke.
No.
Wow.
Well, yes.
All right, let's try this with let's try this.
I'm trying it.
I really like the battle maps because it's got all these like really cool textures. There is a cobblestone. There's a few cobblestones. There's mossy tiles. I don't think it needs to be mossy. Dungeon.
Not if it's being walked on a lot
No.
by urchins.
Yeah. Sea urchins.
Why does Skip the Dishes even put a restaurant on the list if it's closed?
Oh, did you order from Skip?
I'm currently trying to, yeah.
Trying to? Okay. So there's kind of a path, right?
That drives me crazy. Yeah, and it's like, have you ever done that thing where you get through to like, you're like going to like pre-time an order or something, and you get all the way to checkout, and then they're like, yeah, sorry, we can't do that. Like,
Yes. Yes, I have.
I have.
Oh,
had that happen.
my shit.
Oh, we had a really frustrating thing happen the last time we ordered Skip, or maybe the second last time. We ordered it, and like it had been like an hour and a half, and we're like, "Where is our food?" And then we found out that someone missed a call from like a number, and we're like, "Okay," so we called Skip back, and we're like, "Yeah, we don't know where our food is," and they're like, "Oh yeah, the driver tried to call you. His car broke down," and we're like, "Okay," so. They're like, yeah, we're gonna add a credit to your account. Yeah, sorry about that. And I was like,
It just like wasn't coming.
Yeah, and it was like
you just never
9:30.
got your food.
It was like fucking 9:30. We ordered at like 5, and we're like,
Great.
and my wife was starving, and very unhappy.
So you had to eat Terra, right?
No, we eventually ordered something
Poodle
else.
Hats, yeah. Skip is Skip the Dishes. It's same thing as Uber Eats or DoorDash.
Yeah, it's
We don't
it's the
have.
same.
I guess we have Uber Eats or DoorDash in our town. I don't know if we do actually. I've never even looked.
I don't think
Let's
so.
find out.
I don't know about y'all, but we do DoorDash all the time.
Okay.
No, we have DoorDash. Yeah,
I looked up DoorDash and it gave me something in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm not sure if that's correct.
Yeah,
they
that's
deliver
where we
here.
get it from.
Yeah.
Remember this one time I was working. This is unrelated slightly. When I was working at that taxi place.
What do you think? What do you think of this cobblestone?
No,
pad?
it's fine. Just interrupt me. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It's an irrelevant story. It doesn't matter at all. Actually, Cobblestone looks great, dude.
What's that?
Looks great. Cobblestone looks. I said it looks great.
Okay, tell your fucking story now.
No.
What? No, I want to hear it.
Nope.
You can't punish me. You legally can't punish me for this.
When I was working temporarily at the taxi place, this one night I got a call from somebody with a very thick Texas or Southern accent, and he said that he needed the taxi at whatever road it was.
I
was looking up. I was trying to find the address. It wasn't coming up, and I got him to repeat it a few times, and he was getting a little bit frustrated and couldn't find the address. And then I clued into his accent, and he sounded like very not from here. And I said, "Hey, are you like you're calling for like a taxi in Victoria, right?" And he said, "Yeah, Victoria." And I'm like, "Victoria, BC?" He's like, "What? No, Victoria, Texas." So apparently in Texas they have a city called Victoria, and they have a taxi company called Victoria Taxi. And so I guess when he Googled Victoria Taxi, our city came up first. And so he just called the number. And I said to him, "Sorry, partner." I finally got to call somebody partner.
Did you actually say that?
I did say sorry, partner.
That's
it seemed like he took it normally, so.
Well, yeah, because that's what they say.
Yeah.
Just said sorry, y'all.
Fuck.
Sorry, your women can't get abortions.
Wow.
Oh, hey, Jason's back.
Oh, Jason's back.
I summoned him with an off-color joke.
Hey, Jason, welcome to our politics podcast.
Let's talk about abortions.
Let's not.
Well,
About anything else.
Let's not.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's never too late. It's not too
I
late.
say just get rid of them, all of them. No,
What?
wait.
Yeah,
That's
Texans?
a terrible taste right now.
Wait.
Yeah, Texans.
Fuck
My
'em.
God.
Who's them in this anyway?
For legal reasons, don't answer that.
I was gonna say I unironically say y'all all the time. So
Well, you're
I mean,
well,
I think I said that
Duncan
in
is
the
like the
stream.
Texas of Vancouver Island.
that is.
He's right.
Mm,
Don't deny it. He's right. Why
Yeah.
lie?
Yeah, Poodle Hats, that's right. The goddamn Canadians have southern accents. Some of them do. Have you ever been to Alberta?
Albertans do not have southern accents. Albertans
They
speak
think,
like
they
that.
think
but
they do. They think they do.
I mean, people in the mid prairies, though, they do have an accent. I wouldn't say it's a
absolutely
southern
they do.
accent, but it's
Yeah, they
it's an accent.
Well, some of them
It's-
talk like that.
Yeah,
that
and
is-
you can hear their cowboy hat and their spurs through the
Spurs.
phone.
Cowboy hat.
You 100% can.
Excuse me, you'll have to speak up. I am wearing a cowboy hat. Did I ever also tell you guys a story about how it was Stampede time? You know, the Calgary Stampede.
Yep.
Like the basically Saanich Fair, but it's for a city of 1 million people and it's fucked.
Yeah.
So the Stampede. This is when I was living out there. So Stampede time rolled around, and
For our non-Canadian listeners, if there
Oh,
are
yeah.
any, it's like a big rodeo festival event.
big rodeo fair, like
Yeah.
carnival, like multi-day thing. Everybody goes fucking crazy for. Everybody puts on their cowboy hats and their plaid shirts and their fucking boots, and they beat their wives. So, anyways, I was
my God.
going through, there was an event happening. There was at the bar called Cowboys, which was basically just like a big tent they erected in like a lot, and it was just like kind of an impromptu bar / concert venue.
Right.
And so 5440 was playing, and I'd always
Oh.
wanted to see 5440.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and you know, the cool Canadian like classic rock band, like they're awesome.
Yep.
So anyway, so I put on my goat horse shirt. So I put on my
Hey, BFG.
my very best metal shirt, which at the time was my goat horse shirt.
Yep.
On the back it says, "Who needs a god when you've got Satan?" So I wore that
Good point.
to this place, to this venue where it was basically all cowboys, and here I am in my jeans and black like metal shirt.
Jesus Christ.
And so I walk in, and we get stopped at the door for our tickets. And so we show our tickets, and the lady like does like a double take in my shirt because it just says "goat whore" on the front. And she looks at me and she says, what does your shirt say?" And I just look at her and I just say "goat whore," and she visibly like winced and like recoiled.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the normal response to your fucking garbage, dude.
Yeah, and then long story short, 5440 played a terrible set and we left early.
They played Goat Whore.
No, they were really off. Like something like it didn't sound very good. Like the bass player had no
that's
idea
frustrating.
where he was.
Sometimes that's
Because my
it's like a small
my,
club,
my hotkey worked. Oops. No, I did
it's
it
like
too
a
fast.
small venue.
No, it was huge.
Oh.
All right.
Well, I mean, it was
BFG
it was like
has
a big
redeemed.
tent.
BFG has redeemed DM advice. Has anyone got one on standby? Or do you want me to look for one?
Oh, DM advice here. I'll go onto the subreddit. Here we go.
Yeah, I also have my my little. I've got my talking points page open in the Discord.
Mhm.
You guys can always look there too. Well, Logan,
Yeah,
if you got one,
Just let me scroll.
Yeah,
I can
sure,
probably find
yeah.
one pretty quick here.
I like this fountain I've chosen. Although it's like 15 feet wide, it should be a little bit smaller.
If a party kills a lich and finds its phylactery before it regenerates, could they possibly set up traps and guard the phylactery so that when the lich reappears, they can just kill him over and over again and gain experience?
Okay. Okay. What is this? Good
so
DM advice?
Here's the question then, I guess, is would you allow your players? Would you let them farm for experience? I guess is the question.
So, in any game I've ever run, farming for experience has never been a thing because that's not really fun in D&D. No. In like other RPGs like World of Warcraft or whatever, sure, that's part of the game. But in my opinion, D&D is not about standing and fighting the same things over and over again to get more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen this come up a lot on like RPG horror stories and stuff too. This idea of players kind of like equating tabletop games to video games.
Yeah.
They're just
if you've never,
Skyrim.
Yeah. If you've never played a tabletop game, it's easy to see like where you could fall into that analogy.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to. You want the players to kind of. I don't know. I never know how to say this without being pretentious, right? But you want them to actually like be playing a character, and if you're like a lawful good paladin or something, is it really on brand for you to be like just murdering city guards for a couple of days?
That's a perfectly fine. That's a perfectly fine thing
to
say. There's nothing wrong with saying that because that's exactly it. Like the whole point of D&D is to get into character and to like play your character and I've told the story of when I played in the Adventures League and someone did just that. The lawful good paladin was going around murdering orc children because he's like, I need experience. And my warlock, my like blade lock, like warlock he was like beholden to a demon was like, dude, should we really be doing this? And the paladin was like, yeah, I need experience. And the DM's like, yeah, they're 50 apiece, so go ahead. And I was like, well, why didn't you just give us the experience since we've defeated them or whatever?
What level were you playing?
I think at that point I was level 3 or 2.
Okay.
I mean,
let's just do some quick math here. So 50 XP a pop. You need 2,700 experience to level from 3 to 4. So
ooh, bad advice. Perfect.
Let's go 1,800 divided by 50. You need to kill 36 children to level up from 3 to 4.
Okay. All right. We've got terrible DM advice now.
Farm children for experience.
Allow your players to farm children.
Only give experience for kills.
Yeah.
Strictly enforce that. If players take NPCs alive, first of all, don't allow them to try and take any NPCs alive. Always make them roll, and if they roll badly, then the NPC dies. It's more fun that way. If your players want to do something, you should make it as difficult as you can so they can't do that thing.
Combat should always be the answer. Always.
Guys, he specified about player conflict.
Oh, did Poodle Hats? Oh, for his great advice. Oh.
Oh no, BFG 3000 did that, but we could also
we'll circle around to that.
Yeah, we could talk about player conflicts as well, for sure.
When you have a conflict between two players, you should pull out your dueling rifles.
Yeah.
And
walk 30 paces and
let that problem solve itself.
Yep. No, what you need to do is you need to assemble a crack team of players that will never have interpersonal conflicts. The selection process will take years.
I mean, assembling a group of players who will never have internal conflicts is actually that's a good one, right?
How the fuck are you gonna ensure that, sir?
No, you don't ensure it, but like, you want to have a group of players who aren't going to conflict with each other.
Yeah, I could see that. Like,
is that not...
if you have the advantage of knowing the people you're forming the group with ahead of time, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, consider personality types and stuff. I'd say that's a fair point.
Yeah.
You need to have people that like mesh. If you have people that just don't get along, then you need to make that call of, okay, like we can't have these two people. Either one or both of them have to go, you know?
Yeah, exactly. What website are you talking about? The one I'm using for the map making thing? Or are you talking about the one Logan was reading from? Map making thing's called Inkarnate. And you can use it, you can try it for free. I'm using the pro version, so I have access to a lot of stamps and extra things. Alright, awesome, thank you. Yeah, super useful. I used the free version for a little bit, and within like probably a week or 2 weeks of using the free version, I was subscribed to it. Just because it was...
It's worth it. It's fantastic. I mean, use the free version.
Yeah, try it out.
You can create a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
it is very robust.
And like you can see now, like watching me, I've been using Inkarnate for a few years now, but like how quickly it is just to make something, right? You don't need to go into so much detail, but you can make a map in how long we've been streaming? 35 minutes? I mean, I'm basing this off a map I already did, but a lot of the maps I do, I pick a picture online. I'm like, okay, let's, like I'll pick like medieval town and see like a random picture someone painted in the 1700s. I'm like, sure, that's my inspiration. And then I go off that. Using inspiration, there's a good DM advice.
Yeah.
You don't need to come up with everything yourself. You will never be 100% original. Okay, what else?
Well, I mean, that's how
here?
you become successful, is you steal, and you steal without people realizing that you're stealing.
Yeah, I mean, stealing, sure. I'm just saying stealing.
Ripping off.
Inspired. Inspired? I don't know.
They're all homages.
Yeah, sure.
Homages. It's homage, not homage.
No, you're wrong. You don't understand. It's an homage. I homaged the Mona Lisa.
I homaged the bank. I'm just borrowing it.
Yeah, you don't understand.
You think Leonardo would want this sitting in the museum? All right.
You think Leonardo DiCaprio painted this so it could be hidden behind a pane of glass?
Captain Poodlehats, have we ever had terrible player / DM experiences?
Yes, every time Joel DMs, it's a terrible experience.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say.
I personally have had basically like 1 or 2. I'm sure we've talked about the shooting the receptionist thing to death.
Oh yeah.
So
one thing I
that's
haven't talked too much about, and I'm not going to use any names, but was a...
Let's call him L. Grant.
Was a DM I once had who the players were making a lot of jokes, and the DM was trying to tell a serious story, and they got a little upset that the players were not like kind of paying attention to his story. Like he was, I think, frustrated that they weren't like following all his his story cues. Now the issue was that the players were having like a good time and kind of just making jokes off to the side, and like the DM, instead of starting with the thing saying like, hey guys, do you mind like focusing for a sec, like this is really important information, you should focus, this is critical information, you need to know this sort of thing. Like it's okay to tell your players that like, hey guys, this is really important, you should pay attention.
Eyes forward. Yeah,
eyes forward, guys. And most players will appreciate that. It won't be like, no, fuck you.
They'll just get up and leave immediately.
Yeah, it's like, no, don't tell me I need to pay attention. Not why I'm here. Like, no one's gonna really do that. They may think that, but they're not gonna do that. So it's okay as a DM to say, hey, this is really important, you might want to pay attention to this. But there's that step ahead of just freaking out, and this DM like lost it, like
he wasn't happy. I was there for that.
It was like from 0 to 100 like right away, and it's like, and then the rest of the room and the rest of the night was just like, oh,
yeah,
and everyone was
it basically was like, oh, like we like don't have fun.
Yeah, it was very awkward, and like people were kind of like silent, and they were. It's like, you can't force your players to pay attention, and that was like that DM forcing the players to pay attention.
I mean, honestly, that guy wasn't...
great DM, actually. I know you're probably about to say he wasn't a great DM, but I think he was.
In
his own way.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I mean, teach their own, right?
I wouldn't call him a good DM, but that's just me.
No, I mean, do I want
We're
to
allowed to
add?
disagree.
Well, why would you call him a good DM, Joel? And why wouldn't you call him a good DM, Logan?
What are we in
Yeah.
school? You trying to
Yeah.
get me to? Yeah, trying to get me to elaborate on my thoughts, Jason?
What I would say he was a bad DM because I'm getting a phone call. Fuck me.
I know, right?
It's him.
One sec. I'll be back in a minute.
I got so
It's
many
him.
phone calls.
It's literally him. Just choose your words wisely.
The baby at last is king. Well, I guess I'll start then. He put in a ton of effort into world building, and like he did it in person, and so he put a lot of effort into like creating things and doodads. Like he made like an airship and all these really cool things. So that was like super cool. Yeah, he put a ton of work into like world building. It was super cool because like, you know, when a DM puts that much work into it, like you can see it as a player.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think like one of the biggest issues with that, and this is me personally, and some people like this, some people don't, is I like homebrew. I like homebrew in the sense of like homebrew adventures. I don't necessarily love homebrew classes and spells and stuff like that. Spells and items are okay, but a whole class, I think, as a homebrew is can sometimes be a bit much, because D&D is a very complicated game, and it's hard for someone to like some just regular Joseph to like balance a class.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, it's something that's been carefully balanced through a lot of playtesting. So hard to just wing it and come up with something that works.
Yeah, exactly. So when someone's like, "Hey, do you guys want to play my like, you know, homebrew campaign with like, you know, there's like all these like several different classes that are I've kind of come up with on my own, and I've changed the way that experience works, and instead of this, you know, instead of leveling up, you gain these points that do this and whatever. They're not experience points, they're just totally different. It's like, okay, well, like why are you reinventing the wheel? It's like I'd say if you're gonna change anything about leveling up, why don't you just do milestones? Like I honestly, let's talk about milestones versus experience right here.
Ooh, yeah, let's talk about milestones, because I've been meaning to talk to you guys about milestones.
You son of a bitch, you using milestones? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so I have traditionally always said, like, experience. I've always been like, oh, I like experience because I like the numbers, I like calculating it up, it's kind of cool. As I have DM'd and continued on with my DMing and done all this stuff, I've realized that I actually think I might switch to milestones instead. Because stopping a fight, or at the end of a session being like, okay, this is how much experience you get, like, it doesn't make a difference if I'm preparing stuff, I'm like, I want them to be this level when I prepare this stuff, and I can prepare the stuff so it's a reasonable challenge at that level, because I know they're going to be that level. If you're playing a homebrew campaign that you've made yourself, then I think Milestone is a good choice, because you know what the challenges are going to be, and you're creating those challenges. If you're playing something like Lost Mines, obviously it's different, because the developers have paced it out in such a way as to, you know, give you a reasonable challenge. Like, what do you think, Chris? And anybody in chat as well, if you guys like have, you know, what's your experience with experience versus milestones?
Experience with experience.
Yeah, what's your experience with experience?
Having the numbers is nice at some level, because when you kill a monster or something, especially if it's something that's like in the monster guide or whatever, you know, when you overcome some larger creature, you get a larger amount of experience, and it feels good as a player to know that you've done that, and now you're being rewarded in some kind of tangible way.
Yeah.
Right. And when you overcome some kind of story challenge or something, it gives you as the DM the ability to hand out something that isn't like a magic item or something. That tells the players that, you know, they've advanced their character in a meaningful way, and it gives them an incentive to do those side quests and to try to do those things. It lets you as the player feel like you're accumulating. I mean, I guess that's the point of experience points, right? You're accumulating something of value by interacting with the world. So it can incentivize the players. It's fun to, like you said before, it's fun to get it and add it into your character sheet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
here it comes.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm ramping up to run Odyssey, and I'm reading through the adventure there, and there are certain events where it's like, you know, the players are supposed to be basically the ideal level for this content is this level.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of sitting here like, okay, so, but it's a very open world at a number of points. It's like, you know, they kind of leave it up to you what you want to do first.
Yeah.
And so you could end out in a situation where your players are arriving at content that's much too high level for them. I'm thinking about like, well, how do you balance that when somebody has already decided like this is what the encounter is going to look like? Do you know, greatly reduce the amount of damage that something that's supposed to be a big bad can do, or do you let your players get into a situation that's over their heads? Do you discourage them from doing that? How do you navigate that? And Milestones, from the DM's perspective, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of that. It's just like, I know when we get to the end of chapter 3, you're going to be level 5, and that's, you know, and then I don't have to think about it. So when we get to that point, I can just be like, hey, you're level 5, and then you're the ideal level that it says in the book, and I don't have to do work.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Radar.
I think how you could
I love you.
how you could kind of like with what you're saying about like how do you convey, you know, like if your players are about to walk into a, you know, where they're just gonna get raffle stomped, you know, like in a video game, you know, usually you see like a skull instead of a level, and so you're like, oh, okay, I know to turn around.
Or you save your game and then try it anyways.
Exactly. Well, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, in D&D you don't have that luxury. So like
save points in D&D? Didn't we talk about this at some
like
point?
Yeah, I'm sure we did. As like a DM, I'm sure there's a way you could convey like, oh, these guys have a menacing aura, you know.
Menacing.
I usually give you guys several checks and say like, yeah, this thing will fucking kill you.
Yeah. You generally do a good job in telling us when like we're in way above our heads.
There's no doing a good job. I just tell you because I don't want you to die.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be fun.
You
just fucking died.
What we might do is I might start out with experience and see how it goes, and if it's interfering with the pacing, then I might switch to Milestones at some point.
Honestly, Chris, if you want to do Milestones, I don't think anyone's going to be like, no, I have to do experience. I'm thinking about.
We struggled to keep track of experience.
I think
every year we
every single time. Yeah,
it's always just who's got the highest number.
Yeah,
all right, everyone use that.
Honestly,
number.
I'm thinking for my next campaign,
I think the highest number, and then why is Jason's number suspiciously high?
Why does
so
Rob
Jason's
have 0
numbers
experience?
are usually low.
No, Rob usually has 0.
Oh, Rob, yeah, you're right.
I rely on others to know what's my.
I'm just ripping on Jason always being the guy who's like, 2,000? Did you mean 20,000?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Jason, that's why everyone's confused, because Jason always makes a joke, and everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, and they write it down, and nobody addresses that it was a fucking
and then nobody
joke.
has, like, why is Dominic 7 levels higher?
What's happened?
Oh my god.
So my take on the whole thing is that to me, I think it really depends on how open-ended your campaign is, whether or not you should do milestones or experience. So in something that is really open-ended and really allows your players to just kind of go around and do whatever they want, I think experience is probably going to suit that better. Because,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because if I understand it correctly, milestones is literally you picking a point where, oh, you do this and now you're level 3 or something like that, like, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's the DM saying, okay, once this content is cleared, you are this level. And realistically, when
I mean, you're kind of pseudo doing that with level ups and experience anyway. Or at least I am in my style of campaign.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. Like the way you run your campaign, Joel, you almost literally already do milestones. It's just we're keeping track of experience.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but realistically, it is very milestone based, which is obviously fine because that's you run, like I've said before, you run a linear campaign, but
How dare
you give a good gameplay sandbox for each scenario.
Yeah.
So there's depth of scenario or depth of creativity in scenario, but not necessarily, a ton of it. Agency isn't the right word, but like the way the story is going to play out is relatively the same. And
this guy slanging shade. Yeah, we use Foundry VTT. So basically, BFG 3000. It's that one we were talking about the last time. It costs money to use. I think there was a free demo at some point. It might have just been when they were new.
Oh, you can demo it on their site.
Oh, can you? Okay, yeah, there you go. You can demo it. And I run it through a desktop app, and then the other guys connect through a link that I give them.
If you're just starting out getting into D&D or just trying to have never played a tabletop before, I would highly.
Yeah, we did have this conversation. This was with BFG the other day.
Yeah. I roll 20, like they said. Like, just start with roll 20. Roll 20, you don't have to worry about downloading anything, getting things set up, hosting it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's free and it works.
Yep.
It's free and it works, and it has like community finders and game finders on there. Like it is a great tool for starting out on D&D.
Yeah, BFG, did you ever end up finding any groups you were looking for people who weren't using voice chat or something like that?
Oh, that's gotta be tough.
Well, I mean, no, Roll20 has tons of people doing that.
Yeah, I think there's lots of people that play D&D just through text.
Yeah, there's play by text, fully play by text campaigns I've seen too for people that don't have time to sit down and play a game.
Yeah.
I know quite a few people who belong. I know somebody who runs a.
Talking about Madoka.
Madoka doesn't run it, but he's part of it. It's Sky that runs it.
That's Sky, huh?
Yeah, she runs a play by post server, and the way that it's set up is
play by post.
Play by post, yeah, and
cool.
the way it's set up is actually really, really cool because the server is, as far as I can tell, it's got a fair number of people on it, and they have designated DMs, and they have a hub hub kind of area / world / city thing.
Yeah.
And they have it set up where they have a ton of accepted homebrew, and you can bring up your own stuff to the table, and they have a big, basically a set of DMs and moderators who will kind of make judgment calls on what you can and can't do and all of that. But you'll go, and a DM will be like, oh hey, I want to run an adventure, and then it needs X number of players, and X number of players will go and say, okay, I want to go on this adventure. And then, those players will go and take their characters on an adventure through some D&D, some DM's story thing.
Yeah.
And it's not timed at all. It's all post when you can kind of thing. And, you can have multiple characters, so you can be a part of multiple adventures at once. It's a really cool setup that they have.
That's a really cool system. I like that.
Yeah,
anything that allows people who don't have the same schedules to basically play some D&D.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't be interested in that, but I'm sure there are many people that would be.
Well, you play D&D for different reasons, though, right? Because you're fucked.
I play for the glory because I'm fucked.
Yeah, fucked.
He's just looking to be.
Should I add a couple little market stalls here? Maybe change it up a bit. Yeah. Okay.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
But this is the back alley where the little shits live, right?
Well, okay. So it was the back alley where the little shits lived until I put in this cobblestone nice path, and now it's this city block.
Now it's a bustling town square.
I don't know. I think it still has a
Well, here's what I'm doing. Like here's what I do with these maps, right? I create this version, which is what I'm creating this version right now, which has like these flags. It's super nice and happy. This is one version of the map, and then later on I can create another version where the stones are all broken, those flags are gone, there's refuse all over the place, and that could be where the little shits hang out.
Somebody took a shit in the corner. It's terrible.
So I get rid of the market, or I smash it up for the other
Just
versions.
move on though.
I think I'm gonna do the market. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Rob.
It's fine.
It's not fine.
Just throw these homeless children out of the only home they know. It's fine.
So circling way back to what
yeah.
we were saying about that bad DM, because I didn't say why I thought he wasn't a good DM.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Joel mentioned this, but when this guy was DMing, in my opinion,
Kept slapping players.
yeah, he just kept slapping everybody. It was terrible. No, rolls didn't matter. He would, if he wanted something to happen, it doesn't matter if you rolled low. It would happen anyways.
Oh no, that's trash.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The rolls just he would, and Joel's a DM. He fudges numbers. That's just something that happens.
I never fudge
No,
Okay,
possible.
yeah, all right.
What are you talking about?
What?
But you would you don't
fudge numbers.
actively, you don't. Okay, well, whatever. Sure. All right.
We will
I
keep
hear
the
what you're
illusion
saying.
alive.
Jonathan, is this true?
Yeah,
But
I don't fudge numbers.
Joel, remember when one of the players rolled like a nat 1
Yep.
and it ended up being like a gigantic critical hit or some shit?
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with that.
It was pretty dumb. Basically the dice rolls mean nothing, so why am I playing?
Yeah, so it's part of D&D is not just about the dice rolls, right? So our successes, it should also
It's
be
not
about
all about just doing
failures.
the coolest stuff. No, yeah, it's the failures are just as important.
In fact, sometimes they're hilarious. Without your
Sometimes they're
failures,
better.
without the failures, it's it's
Yeah,
not as interesting.
It is about telling a story, and I feel like in certain situations, and this could be a whole topic by itself, in certain situations I don't think it's unreasonable for a DM to fudge stuff, but
Fudging a nat 1.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean the
Into a crit.
what separates it from a tabletop game with role playing from just being straight role playing is the fact that there's a system there that helps you decide whether stuff does or doesn't happen. So if you throw that entire thing out, then like you say, why bother rolling?
Why do we have the
If-
dice? Yeah.
Yeah, if you just want to role play and just
is
tell a
fine.
story,
Yeah.
then that's fine. Then just do that. But
Don't lie to me and tell me these dice matter when they don't.
Don't lie to me.
Fucking lie to me, you son of a
No.
bitch.
Based on what both of you have said, I'm making a final judgment on whether or not this guy was a good DM or not.
What's your final judgment?
From the sounds of it, he was a really good world builder
Yes.
and storyteller,
Yes.
and not a great DM.
Yes.
Whoa. So are you saying that?
He created the cool world and cool stuff happened, but at the end of the day, I felt like my roles at the end of the day weren't really important because if he really wanted us to succeed, we were going to. So there wasn't actually any danger.
Yeah.
Sounds like he really valued the creative, creating it and
Yes.
fleshing it out and building
Yes.
it and having it be this thing, which might be why he needed it to go the way he needed it to go.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Railroads all the way.
Felt more committed to that, maybe.
it's kind of
So-
like the role of the DM is two things, right? It's not just one thing. It's the world building and everything, but it's also running the game. And it sounds like he had the one part down and the other part not so much.
Yeah, if
mastered.
you want to write a book, that's an option. But if you got players involved, it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah, I like that. Well said.
So to me, there is a difference between a world builder, a storyteller, and a DM, right? When you're looking at somebody as just a DM, somebody can be a terrible world builder and a terrible, have a terrible mind for writing stories and all of that, but they can be a fantastic DM. and they can just take a pre-made module.
Yes.
And I'm not saying this is the case with Mitch at all, but with Mitch, for example, he didn't write any of the stuff that we played through. It was a pre-built module. He just DM'd it.
He did a good job of DMing it.
Yes.
And
So,
no. Like I'm not saying that he's a terrible story writer or anything. I'm simply saying that, he didn't do any of the story writing or world building stuff. That was all preset, but he did do all of the DM stuff, and he was a fantastic DM. He did a really good job.
Especially for someone who doesn't really DM that much.
Yeah. For as like obviously he made mistakes and all of that. And there were
so many.
But like he did a fantastic job, especially for somebody who was like, it was his first time DMing. Like as a DM, he was really good. Whereas the guy that you're talking about, again, like it sounded like I think the story you started with was that he got mad at his players because they weren't paying attention, and that's a poor DM quality. Like that's
at first he was mad because they weren't going to where he wanted them to go, but
yeah,
he said in the beginning that this was an open world adventure, so no one knew where to go. Are we gonna make a D&D game? No.
maybe one day long down. Well, see, that's there's multiple components of making a D&D thing, right? Like there's making the rule, like there's the rule set, and then there's the scenario, right? So, maybe like 10 years down the line, we might do one or both, but it's certainly not something that I'm considering doing anytime in the next long while, and I would imagine that the rest of us feel the same way on that.
I don't have time. I'm already making a D&D adventure.
I'm very interested in releasing a module for.
Oh, I'd love to make a module.
Releasing like an adventure that people could get as a module for Foundry.
Yes, for sure.
I'd like to do that, but it is, like you say, it's a question of time.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. I would love to make a module. Get Rob to help me with the artwork, and that would be.
Oh yeah.
So cool. Is that a pile of poop? It is a pile of poop. Should I have piles of poop?
Of course.
Some market.
No, I'm not even gonna ask you guys.
Isn't it where the little shits live?
I'll put a pile of poop in the back.
The little shirts are gonna get kicked out, and market stall people like.
Someone pooped in this crate.
This is gentrification in action.
Oh,
Someone pooped in this crate. All right. What am I doing here? Clutter.
But no, just to back on topic a little bit. I would say that kind of stuff, saying, oh, it's an open world game, and then getting pissy with your players because they're not doing what you want. I think that's indicative of a bad DM. If you want your players to be doing a specific thing or following a certain path, you need to corral your cats. You need to, herd your cats or whatever, right?
Maybe he was just having a bad day too, though.
That happens too.
Well, yeah, and I'm obviously, being harsh on the guy when I don't know him and wasn't there and all of that jazz. I'm just saying that, that is indicative. That is something that a bad DM does. Is say, right. Oh, it's an open world, but it actually isn't, and they have a very specific thing that you want them to do, and just not respecting the rules. Like those are qualities that I would consider being a bad DM.
This comes back to that thing that we've talked about time and time again of hiding the rails.
Yeah.
And if you have a particular story that you want to tell where you want your players to go to certain content or something, and they're not doing what you want,
old man,
the
bring the old man in there.
Would be to force them to do the particular thing or tell them explicitly what you want to do. But the better way to do it is usually to look at the characters and look at the players and decide what are their motivations,
Yes.
and then create a compelling reason for them to go in the direction that you wanted them to go anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you're in control of the story. So if your player isn't interested in the hook that you've offered, but you know, what they really want to do is find the Emerald Swirl, then somebody pops up and tells them that they think they might know where it can be found, and it's this way, and that just happens to be the direction where your content is, and
that's fine.
off they go. You know,
It's there are so many ways that you can get people to go where you want them to go, and I have said in the past, like, if you literally are stumped and you're like, oh my, like, okay, it happens all the time. I have been DMing and you guys get hooked onto something that's unrelated to the plot. And I know this happened to you, Chris, when you were doing your side adventure with the water thing. We got obsessed with something that didn't matter. And you desperately tried to take it away. And because you tried to take it away, we thought it mattered more. And we kept going after it. And like, it was like, oh my god, it must have been so frustrating to see us.
I still crave the orb.
Yeah, running around after this thing. So like, at that point,
made for good content though. It was
at that point you're scrambling in your head like, okay, what can, you know, it's great content, but what can I do to get these guys to get back on track? And like, you're scrambling and you're trying to figure out, okay, what interesting way, you know, what is this guy like? You know what? Throw the old man in there. The old man comes running up to you. He's blind. His eyes are rolling in the back of his head. He grabs you by the shoulders and says, "The church! The church!" And then he runs away, and you're like, oh my god, the church. And then there's not a doubt in anyone's mind that they need to go to the church. They haven't been forced to go there. Like, no one's saying you need to go there.
I don't know. Depends.
There are some players that will deliberately that'll glance off, just fucking bounce off them, but most people.
Well, thankfully we don't have anyone like that in our group.
Well, that's the thing is, like, okay, so there's players who are oblivious to what's happening around them, and that's like its own issue. Maybe they're not experienced players. That's okay.
No, I'm right here.
And then there's players, there's problem players who deliberately try to not go where you've prepared things. That's a whole different thing.
And whether they're doing it intentionally or not is, again, two different players. Some might just want to do that because like they're excited and they want to go in this direction, and they don't really think about the group because they're not really considering that it's a fucking group game, you dumbass.
Yeah. It's a team battle.
They will do literally the opposite of what anybody else wants because they're just a shit disturber. You know, there are people like that. Like, I know people like that in real life, and then those people playing D&D, right? Like,
Logan, I'm right here.
I'm right here.
I mean, sometimes the answer is that you change the solution on the fly too. You know, like I could have decided in that moment to change the puzzle and be like, yeah, you know what? Sure, fuck it. The orb is important, and that would have been fine too.
Why didn't you?
You can almost always. I panicked. Okay. You can almost always figure out what people want or what they want to do, and you know, lay your trail of breadcrumbs.
Yep.
Gigantic breadcrumbs.
Gigantic breadcrumbs.
Well,
there's
so neon flashing breadcrumbs and stop signs.
I maintain that literally the only misstep you made in the orb situation was when we put water in the bowl. You didn't make any indication that we were on the right track.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yes.
That was the only mistake.
And sometimes that's all it takes, though, and it's like, oh god, what have I
and
done?
and that's not a huge thing. Like, that's such a small mistake.
Oh yeah.
Your players, no matter how great of a DM you are, like, I don't care if you're fucking Matt Mercer or whatever that other guy's name is, like, eventually your players are gonna do something and you're just like, what? And you're gonna have to like backtrack and just backpedal and be like, oh my god, I need to save them.
That was oh my god. For me, that moment was like
the boat.
We laid out this like
so sorry.
We laid out this like
Did we steal the boat?
Mystery, and then you put up all the stop signs like the boat is guarded. You're like, we fucking.
I thought
get
that
around
was the
guns,
challenge.
And I'm like, okay, do you guys have a map? You're like, nope. Like, so you don't know where you're going. You don't have a map. You don't have a guide. You don't know how to sail a boat. You're stealing the boat. You're sailing into the fog blindly.
Yes.
For what reason? You're like, yeah, that's what we're taking the boat.
We're doing that.
I can hear it. The
That's
call of
all right.
adventure.
That's what we're doing.
I'm like, well, fuck, all right, off they go. And then Rob rolls like the 2 most flawless survival checks of all time. And I'm like, oh my god, you're fucking...
You're doing it.
Master mariner, and
He's a sailor.
by memory and feel alone, you are sailing blindly through the fog successfully.
He heard
And
the call
heroic
of
music is
adventure.
playing all the while.
It was magic.
It was some of the most incredible D&D
love
I've ever witnessed.
I loved that. Didn't you roll a nat 20 on the check? I was like, well, see if you can navigate in the fog, and you're like,
Just watch me.
how's a fucking 25 do you? And I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Witness me.
What else can I add here, guys?
Have you added all the garbage for the druid fell down? Like lots of
Kind
banana
of over
peels
there,
to lay
yeah.
down in?
Up in here, there's kind of like a back alley with some trash in it.
Where's the little shits? I don't see them.
Well then, again, it's too nice back here now. They have to go somewhere quieter.
Now, the little shits would be in the other map. You and your random chimp events.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think what else I can add here. Like, I've added a bunch of clutter, some like random barrels, some vegetation.
It
lanterns.
needs... Like, I know, like, the cobblestone is, like, like, the road and the path, but I feel like the cobblestones... I don't know, are they missing something? I don't know.
You need to make each individual one have its own unique cracks and
And, like, backstory.
You got
Yeah.
it. You got it.
Is there a version of the cobblestone that's even more worn down than this?
Yeah,
You
I
wanna-
feel like it's
you wanna
too...
get some. Or there's mossy cobblestone.
Yeah, I feel like it's too clean.
You could
Maybe
do mossy cobblestone
Maybe
on
just
the
throw some
edges
dirt on
where
it.
there is
I
existing
can put some
foliage,
shadow on them.
like it's creeping out
Ooh,
of the.
yeah,
Check out this
yeah,
shadow.
or like, put mossy stuff where the foot traffic is,
Yeah, well,
lower.
let's try shadow here real quick.
Yeah.
Kind of adds like a little bit of a.
yeah, like a warnness. Yeah.
Does it? Is that good or is that poop?
Mm,
Let's zoom out.
mm,
Hmm. It does add a.
No, I don't like.
yeah, it's a little bit.
No,
but
I don't fucking like it.
My brain is reading it as there being like a dip there.
There's also cracks too.
Yeah, I
Oh
agree
yeah,
with
put a
that.
bunch of crack on the ground,
Yeah,
like a bunch of syringes.
that's just done.
I don't know how well the cracks work for that particular thing. Let's do mossy, okay?
Yeah, try. Yeah, try
I
mossy.
think adding a little bit of moss, like Rob said, around where there's existing foliage, and specifically not where
Foliage?
people are walking. Well, like
Well, I
where
guess the foliage has dirt, or like that's not dirt, that's shadow.
Yeah, like right there. Like by the.
Is it even?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
It's gingerly painting the rocks.
Well, that's the point, right? It's supposed to be a little bit of a doing a little bit, right? Just
And
some-
like moss would grow in the cracks.
yeah,
Like,
and
nobody's cleaning this shit.
nobody's cleaning it. Nobody's cleaning it.
And I mean, it's medieval times. They poop in the street.
This could all be sewage.
I'm watching
Ooh.
Seinfeld again right now.
You should
the
intensify
comedian.
the moss around these stones right where the fountain is, because
You got
water
it.
will spill over.
You
and
got it,
help
Mr.
us grow.
Fountain Expert.
I am. That is actually my job.
Fountainologist.
And I'm going to actually darken it as well because it's shadowy area.
I guess in like when I look at a D&D map, usually I expect it to have like bodies and there's a conflict.
There you go. That adds a little bit of a.
Just put a bunch of
Good.
treasure chests.
A little bit of
everywhere.
flavor on there.
Yeah, I like that a lot better.
Bodies are theater of the mind. There's nothing in between.
And then
So-
I'm going to add some
Theater of bodies.
under vegetation to this vegetation.
So I got a question for Joel and the other people that DM. So how often would you say that you get a good idea for something, an idea so good that you're super excited for, and you're like, oh, this is like a really fun idea that people are gonna love, and you desperately want to tell them, but you can't?
Every day, all the time, like literally.
I feel like I get that when I think of like, oh, that would be a good mimic.
Yeah, and that's especially one where you can't tell people.
I thought of a really good one.
Oh yeah,
Tell us about it.
Read for that on
No, I can't. It's
Reddit
too good.
not that long ago, and they were like, or you're like, all right, how are you getting the most people with this mimic? And I was just like, you know what? Toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
How about just
Yeah.
toilet?
Oh god, yeah.
Jim? Been in there for a while.
Toilet
you didn't.
mimic.
You didn't hear the screams.
Oh my god, toilet mimic. God help us.
Yeah,
all.
you are a mimic. What do you turn into to get the most kills?
It can't be a phone, isn't that the thing? It couldn't be a phone or something like that.
Bed in a tavern.
Yeah,
And that it could be like a mystery at the inn where it's like, oh, don't go in that room, you'll never come out. Or like a town that is like, oh no, that's a good idea. I can't say that.
this whole town's a mimic. I knew what you were gonna say.
No, the town has been infiltrated by mimics,
Ah.
and they're starting to learn how to like converse.
Well, I did the session where the whole castle you were in was a mimic, right? That was
What?
back in the Pathfinder one. It was Argyle's floating castle.
The whole castle was a mimic? I thought it was just a door.
No, it was a mimic. But what happened was I only like kind of like hinted at the fact it was a mimic, and I didn't really do anything with it. I had plans to do something with it, and then I kind of like, there were so many other things going on. I was like, I can't throw the castle being a mimic at the same time because there's too many things. Like I needed to like wrap it up. The notice board. Oh my god.
The other day I saw an idea of a Warforged, but every piece of the Warforged was an individual mimic.
Oh, I saw that. Some
yeah,
of the art that looked
was
so fucking cool.
That's insane.
I'll try to find that. Yeah, like that's gold. Like that idea is golden.
a really good idea. What else can we add here?
I really like that idea in general. Just a bunch of mimics coming together to create.
Yeah, there's the image. Oh, can I link that? Yeah, I can. I can do anything I want. There we go. There's the image. The only thing I don't like about it, and it's very minor. Actually, no, I like everything about it.
Oh god.
This has no flaws.
What was it?
I
Screaming
think,
feet?
No, no, Screaming Feet has to stay, along with Screaming Thigh. No, just the big fantasy hammer. I just kind of wish it was like a smaller, I don't know, just something like a little.
Dude, it's a
I guess he
mimic.
has a machine.
It's got a face on it, and that's your problem.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I guess like a Warforged are horrendously strong.
Yeah. All right, what else can I add here, guys? I'm drawing some blanks.
I mean, I think
Because
the thing that I think about is just it looks, empty, but that's because there aren't any NPC tokens there.
Yeah, there's no NPCs.
Joel, I can't access Dominic's token on the screen. Can you fix that?
Yep.
Also, I can't bring my character sheet up.
Because I mean, I did this one in record time, but I could also just start doing multiple versions of it, and I could also open it up in Foundry and show my the process in Foundry and how to add the walls and everything. Only more I can do with this.
That would be a good idea.
But I probably first want to do like different versions. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna go to Inkarnate, and I'm
That's such cool art.
going to clone, and the new one's gonna be called Belova Alley Night. Loading.
This person's idea for the mimic thing. Oh, I scrolled away from it. Shit. Let me find it. A parchment wrapping package.
Wait, is this a soldier made of mimics?
Yeah,
Focus.
Oh, was he?
it's a warforged.
He was the guy made of okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it you, Rob, that was telling me about that, or?
Yes.
That's fucking dope.
Or how about a chandelier mimic? Nobody ever expects the chandelier.
They certainly do not.
Just the air pup, yeah, hanging out.
Or a log blocking something important, like a log across a road. You go to touch and it eats you.
God.
Ah. Nobody suspects the log itself is gonna fucking eat them.
Oh yeah, I gotta hide Merrick somewhere, but I can't do that on stream because everyone will see it.
Yeah. A shiny rock on a gravel road. Man, these ideas are really good. You see something shiny. You bend down, pick it up. Okay, it eats your hand.
I mean, like, the chest mimic is just like, no one's gonna loot a chest now. But,
Well,
like,
no, 'cause, I
put
mean,
a
like,
shiny
you
rock in the
check-
middle of the road, like,
Although that's what I like about the mimic is that like it's like mimics are very hard to detect. Like what actually is like the DC to that where you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a mimic. Like you can't, right?
no,
Like,
you can.
It's indistinguishable.
No, you can.
How?
It's very difficult. But you can.
You go up and you just say, "Is this a mimic?"
Yeah.
Legally, if you're a mimic, you have to
answer.
say so before you
It's true.
before you can eat them.
Yes, I'm a mimic.
If you're a mimic, you have to tell me. Cause I asked.
Sure.
If I ever run a campaign, just literally everything is gonna be a mimic.
That's.
Including the players.
Wait, what happened here?
Okay, so Joel, okay, enlighten me. How would you discover if something's a mimic? Like throw a rock at it, poke it with like a really
No,
long
there's
stick?
a check. There's a check involved.
I'm looking at the mimic page. I don't see anything about figuring out what it is.
Really?
As a player, I would, if I suspected something was a mimic, I'd either touch it with a stick or something
Ask
like that.
Yeah,
ask
you
it a
would have
question.
to-
Ask that question. Only a mimic can.
Tell a joke.
Do you want to eat me?
Yes.
Yes.
I look tasty, Mr. Chair.
Oh yeah, the mimic. That's just a really comfy chair.
Yeah.
That's gotta be below the house. There we go.
Below
The door of a broom closet. Preferably behind a corner. Usually people only come one at a time, meaning I don't get discovered. People always need something from a broom closet.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I pulled a door mimic on you. Door mimic's good.
Why does that light look so weird?
Ghosts?
Because you have very blue light and very very blue everything, and then the orange light is mixing with it very strangely to make it like kind of a green.
That's ridiculous. That's not how colors work.
Yeah, the fire it needs to be like brighter. Or lighter, I guess.
Oh, let's see here. I can take these and I can change the hue. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. This is Halloween. We're good.
This reminds me of a story I heard about a party who entered a town which was inhabited solely by 8 doppelgangers and 12 mimics.
Oh my god.
And they would move around the town with the party to give the illusion that the city was actually alive. It's like a whole Truman Show, but they're all doppelgangers.
They're all mimics.
Well, mimics can't like be like a moving, like they can't be a creature. Can it?
Well, mimic is a creature.
Well, no, but like
It can't mimic a creature?
yeah, because I mean, like anytime I've encountered a mimic in basically any video game that's ever existed and any RPG, it's always just like an inanimate object, a chest, a door, a floor, a whatever, right?
Yeah.
A missile tank.
Hmm.
Fucking ran into the energy tank one too.
Oh,
It was
a whole-
salty.
a whole like elaborate dinner setting, like a place setting dinner for 8, but every object is its own mimic.
Nice.
It's just like a swarm of mimics.
I think what I need to do here is
Swarm of mimics is also now like the most metal thing I've ever heard in my life.
Swarm of mimics.
What do I need to do here? No, this isn't gonna work the way I want it to. Okay.
Oh, a mimic swarm is an official thing in 5e.
I wish it wasn't.
It's in the SRD.
I could have gone a lifetime not knowing that.
It's a medium monstrosity.
I want to create some little shadows here, I think. You know?
Swarms can move through any opening large enough for a tiny creature. I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
So we were talking about some of the homebrew, not like world building, but like the classes and items and spells and shit. In D&D Beyond, if you tick a certain box in character creation, you get that Blood Hunter option, which I guess is a critical role. Jason, I know you tested that class out.
When we were doing our
Yeah, I know when.
I'm saying it.
I'm just
them.
Okay.
When Rob and I were playing the other little side thing that we do on Sundays, I've been full randoming level 16 characters.
That's Sunday's an interesting experience.
Because like we're not doing like it's a lot of like just testing stuff because it's a brand new DM.
Yeah.
Is just trying to get a feel for DMing in that, or you know, Rob's wife will run like a one-off thing or something. Like it's a good amount of fun. But because of that, I've just been, you know, full randoming like multi-class enabled characters on Beyond, and the last time I got like a level 10 it was like a Blood Hunter or something.
It was Blood Hunter.
It's basically like a Witcher, isn't it?
I don't know if I would say it was like a Witcher. It's a critical role custom class. That's fully like fully original as far as I can tell. And the way they worked was the way the class worked was they have blood curses, which if a which only unsurprisingly only affect things with blood. And then you could spend health, like your own health, to empower the blood curses.
Right.
And you could spend your own health to empower your weapon. Like, I can't remember what it was referred to as when you imbued it with the power or whatever. But it was actually pretty cool because you essentially used your own health as like a casting resource.
Mm-hmm.
And I hilariously got like I think I was something silly like 10 or 13 levels in the Blood Hunter, and then I just had like a 1 level in Cleric, so I could just run around spending my blood or spending my health to do stuff and then heal myself. It was actually like really cool. It was a really cool concept for a class. I had a lot of fun playing it.
Jason, what do you use to roll your character?
If you go to make a character on D&D Beyond, you just click the create character, and then it's like, how do you want to generate your character? And one of the options is just random.
I try that right now.
And
yeah,
you need
I can actually add some more light here.
You need an open character slot. And then in there, there's a few options of like, do you want to include like multi-classing? Do you want to include feats? And I enable everything. I enable multi-classing, and we're making level 16 characters. So it like I think I posted a while ago when the character I did before that, which would have been like 2.5 weeks ago. I had 5 different classes that
Wow.
I random.
Yep.
And that's where I found the apparently, I didn't know this until I did the class, but it very quickly became apparent that Paladin and Warlock, is it Warlock or Sorcerer? I think it's Sorcerer.
It's
Paladin
not
and
Warlock.
It was
It's
sorcerer.
sorcerer.
It's Sorcerer, yeah. Paladin and Sorcerer synergize incredibly well together. You take only like a 1 or maybe 3, maybe it was 3 levels in Paladin, and then you just dump everything else in Sorcerer, and then you can convert. You can basically convert a ton of spell slots into. How did it work? No.
You convert spell slots into smite, right?
Essentially, the way smite works is the resource that smite uses in 5e is spell slots, and depending on the level of the spell slot that you're using, makes smite do more damage, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And a sorcerer can convert spell slots into points and then back into spell slots, so you can convert like 2 or 3 level 1 spell slots into like a level 3 or 4 or 5 spell slot. I can't remember exactly what the conversion rate is. But the long and short of it is you can make it so you can pretty much constantly smite things at max like spell slot level. So you're adding like several d6 to every attack roll you make.
Right.
It's great. And you know, like I literally discovered that combo because I had just been randoming a class, and I just happened to have several levels in Paladin and a couple levels in Sorcerer, and I was just reading over all the shit that I could do, and I read I can't remember what it's called, but the ability to convert spell slots into sorcerer points and vice versa, and I'm just like, wait a minute, this seems absurd. And sure enough, like apparently it's a legit like combo people use.
Oh yeah.
The entry level paladin with like a ton of sorcery levels that just does all sorts of silly shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can find some pretty messed up
Mhm.
classes.
Mhm.
Let's do I think we'll do about a 10-minute break here.
Sure.
I gotta quickly grab something.
10-minute break, you.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I will BRB.
Fucking level 16 Bard only has 83 health. That seems low.
Yeah, my character did not have. Oh wait, you said bard. Never mind.
But he has like a million spells.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Modify memory. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a Fulcrum spell.
I heard a. I'll maybe say this one for when we're not on break, but just to give a tease for it, I heard a fucking brilliant story from that Crit Crab channel.
Yeah.
Of a DM who apparently he did this on the fly, but he came up with just the most brilliant fucking session revolving around modify memory. And it sounded like the dopest shit ever. And whoever the DM that came up with this was just fucking brilliant.
Sounds good.
It was really cool.
I have no idea what I'm gonna roll for this Odyssey thing.
I don't either. I'm kind of struggling a fair bit with what I want to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know it's Dairy Queen Day?
I did not.
Is it?
It's Dairy Queen Day, guys.
I didn't
Thanks,
know.
Michaela.
I did not know that it's Dairy Queen Day.
Should I get Dairy Queen?
Should I be going to Dairy Queen? Like, what
It's
is
too
Dairy
far
Queen?
away.
What is Dairy Queen
I
Day?
think Michaela wants a blizzard.
I do.
Anyway,
Chris?
do
Chris?
you know what you want to do in Odyssey? Like, do you want to be a caster? I know, like, Logan, I know you like to play, like, witches or wizards or that kind of thing.
I guess so. I guess I usually play casters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least the last few characters you have. Do you know if you want to
What about Gra?
that, or do you want to do something different?
I suppose Gra wasn't a caster. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I'm gonna have to actually look, because I would want to try something new from the book, because might as well.
Oh yeah, you got to do one of the new things.
Yeah, I absolutely am. So
I
have to,
Clearly,
have to
you
look
don't
for those.
have to, but
No, but I want to.
No, you do have to.
I feel like, in the spirit of Odyssey of the Dragon, doing one of the epic path or whatever the hell they're called. I feel like not doing that kind of is a huge missed opportunity. So I definitely want to do that.
Be an artificer who uses like guns and robots and stuff.
I want to be an artificer so bad,
Can I be a warforged?
but artificer isn't one of the things.
I want to be a demon.
A demon.
I don't know. Like
Be a mimic.
I'm struggling on both sides of what I want to be. Like I don't know what class I want to play, and I don't know what race I want to be. Because I don't like playing humans, but I don't find I'm not sure I find any of the non-human races super appealing either. Like, I don't really want to be a Minotaur. I don't like centaurs.
I'm probably going
Wow.
Minotaur. Yeah, I know. He says things like this, and he acts like it doesn't matter, but we all hurt. It's just the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you stop playing dirt-ass fantasy races, then there wouldn't be an issue, but here we are.
Says the guy who only plays bird characters.
Says the bird. Yeah. Says the bird.
Says the bird.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Says. I'm the bird.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be Says the bird. I'm gonna be a sorcerer who's in constant disguise.
Perfect.
I was inspired by Sly. Just not be who I say I am the whole time.
Nice. Rob, you said you were likely going to be a barbarian?
Yeah, if no one else wants it.
Barbarian? Nice.
Minotaur Barb is pretty.
A Minotaur?
Yeah. In fact, yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna do that. I'm
Can
gonna
I?
do the Herculean path.
Am I able to roll a character from the Worldwide Wrestling RPG and import it into the Odyssey?
Now, I'm not the DM, but yes.
I bring in like a chair as my weapon.
Give him the chair.
I dual wield. In one hand I have a folding chair, and the other I've got like the belt.
I'm really excited to play my character.
Nobody answered my question if I can do that or not.
What was your actual question?
No, I didn't have one.
Yeah. That's fine. Nobody answered.
I mean, the question was,
but I'll be back in a little bit.
Well, I'll never get my answer.
We could talk about Odyssey in a little bit.
Okay.
I'll be back in like 20 minutes, maybe half an hour.
Okay, nobody talk about Odyssey until then.
Okay, so for Odyssey, I'm gonna roll a basically the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. You can be the face of the party.
My character's mute.
My character's me. I have 40 charisma.
My character is going to just be a fisticuffs monk. She is going to be mute and communicate exclusively through whistling.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Like shrill piercing whistling.
No,
No.
just
Like the kind of whistling if you don't know how to whistle, where you're just like.
Like the characters in Rock Bottom from SpongeBob.
And then the character is going to be so cool that it's going to get its own anime and then added to the hit game Dota.
Yeah, that.
I feel like you're making some sort of reference, but I don't quite understand what it is.
Of course,
I watched that. I watched that anime. I don't know what he's talking about.
I think you're talking about Avatar.
Which
I don't know
Rob,
what he's talking about.
You can't think of which character just punched the shit out of people, was mute, whistle.
Oh, never mind. The best character. Yeah, I
the
forgot.
best character in the fucking
The best,
anime.
the best character. That's true.
She came out today.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, she's
Where'd she come out of?
Officially mute.
What was her name?
Marcy.
I'm trying to find her.
Just you can fucking gift search just Marcy, and I think she comes up. M-A-C-R.
Yeah, I got
or
it.
no, sorry, not M-R-C-I.
Oh, she's an initiator.
They basically took, without getting super into it, the International was just like really recent, and one of the heroes was considered just absolutely broken, and because of a certain spell he had. And they took that spell from him, and they made a hero around it, and it's her.
Oh, yeah, well, who's the hero?
So for Rob, because he'll actually understand this. At some point, they gave Magnus a spell called Horn Toss, and it would basically in a fairly big radius in front of him, he would just fucking toss an enemy hero behind him, and stun them.
Yep.
And this just dominated the International because you just charge in, blink in, and then just throw somebody out of position. And Marcy, they took it away from Magnus. I don't know why they did this, but they took it away from him, and then they gave Marcy essentially a suplex where she just runs up and tosses somebody behind her. And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her first ability. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, her first ability is that. Her second ability is a free blink, and her ultimate is just like Turbo Punch. She looks great.
Oh wow. When you get laser removal on your tattoo, it doesn't actually just remove the tattoo. It helps break it down so that white blood cells can carry it away. Eventually, you actually poo out your tattoo.
Huh. Oh.
Are you getting your tattoo laser removed?
No. I'm just looking at random
have
things.
the tattoo?
Yes.
Oh.
Joel's got my name on his. Okay. Oh, it's
So sweet.
break time's over.
Break time's over. You know what that is? It's Dua propaganda.
Hmm. What?
Dua propaganda.
I don't know what you're saying to me.
You don't know what Dua propaganda is?
Do a propaganda.
Do a propaganda?
Come on,
Do
man.
a propaganda. These nuts.
Oh my god.
What is happening? I'm so confused.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
All right.
We have fun here.
Yeah. Biggie, you can pass me a beer.
Pass me my
Thanks.
tattoo removal laser.
All right, so I've copied another map here. So I've done a night version. This is the day version. Now I'm gonna do like the destroyed day version.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So this is where the little shits would be. So what's the best way to do this? Hey, poodle hats! Welcome back. So these little things aren't gonna be here anymore, right?
Why would you be
Here
watching
you go,
soccer?
my lord.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah, sure.
What is happening over there?
I love it.
What's that? Yeah, I'm streaming. What?
I ask that question every time.
But I'm back.
Yeah, I'm streaming right now.
Everybody say hi to Joel's wife.
Can't
Hi,
even
Joel's
hear you.
wife.
Hello.
They all said hi.
Hi.
If we scream it, she'll hear it.
The Logan?
Yeah, Logan's here. Yeah. There, so someone said hi, Joel's wife. There you go. Okay, see you.
A creeper on the internet.
Alright, so let's get rid of these nice looking crates. Smash them all instead. Jesus.
So were we still gonna do that one-off pro wrestling?
Yes.
RPG?
Yes, we are.
Oh yeah, we should do that. Oh my god.
100% we should do
Draw
that.
straws to see who would DM it out of like the people that haven't DM'd it
I thought
anything yet.
You were DMing it.
I know.
You promised.
That'd be terrible. Did he promise?
You did.
I did say I would.
He promised. He said he would. Okay, what?
Can I? Oh, I think you can download like a sample of
Poodle
it.
Hats wants to DM it. Oh, there you go. Clutter.
We're in.
Guess DM.
Always with the clutter. Always more clutter.
Where's
Sure, we can do that, but we have to play by like mail.
Yep.
By like real mail.
Oh my god.
A minute.
Delivered by pigeon.
I'm already writing.
Oh.
Delivered by slug.
Why is broken crates not part of the broken tag? Like,
You know?
Maybe they mean like emotionally broken.
but it's
Or
still.
like the Pantera song Broken.
But it would still be under the tag broken.
Or the Seether and what's it called? Evanescence song Broken.
Look, Jason, we don't play Dota, okay?
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck you're
That's
talking
my favorite hero from Dota 2 is Evanescence.
Hey,
That's
Char
right.
Ranger's great.
Oh! That's an excellent question, Poodle Hats. Let me
What is
just
it?
do my thing.
Oh my god, I read that as player death. I'm so glad there was a character in there.
How to deal with player character death. Jason, I'll let you field this one.
Yeah,
Laughter.
Jason.
Well,
Yeah, with
well,
great laughter.
Well, your teammates are mourning the loss of your character that just died. You come in with the biggest piece of shit you can possibly muster, who then mocks the fact that your character just died, and mocks your fellow players who are grieving the loss of your past character. That is how you do it.
But he said good DM
Jason,
advice.
this isn't terrible advice.
This is good
This is supposed to be
DM
good advice.
advice.
What do you mean? That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, I know.
It was awful.
That's not what I'm arguing about.
Where's the
What do you mean?
thing I'm supposed to be? Like, there's supposed to be a box. God damn.
I mean, the issue of dealing with player character
There it
death is it really does come down to how deeply the player feels about that character. I have met people that when their character died in game,
They died for real.
Yeah, they died in real life. No, him, a 31-year-old man. So I guess my age now. 31-year-old who was brought down into tears.
I didn't
Damn.
cry.
Not you.
Well,
I didn't cry.
No,
much.
it was like it was like a breakdown.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It sucks, but like, you know,
You could like if you really like death is not permanent.
death
Like,
is meaningless.
if like there are tons of things like in game that you could do to resurrect a character, you know, like there are many ways.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And,
No,
like,
it's
if
That's not
like a good DM would make that happen. You know, like, oh, this character clearly really loves this character. Wouldn't it be fun to have, you know, like a little resurrection thing? You know, maybe take like 1 or 2 sessions or whatever, you know, and have him, you know,
yeah.
make that happen. You know, there's ways to do that.
I feel like you're not wrong.
Also, Poodle had said how to deal with players dying IRL. That's
I feel like that's too hard of a topic to deal with.
So you know everything I said
We're
about the
supposed to be
character's death.
having fun.
You just do the same thing.
Yeah.
God.
You play an obnoxious bird bard who mocks the fact that players died. God damn it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, don't do that. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Mhm.
For legal reasons. I mean, there's nothing illegal about laughing at somebody's death. It's just morally abhorrent.
Jesus Christ.
It depends. It depends on
Just-
how long it's been.
It's just morally abhorrent.
It depends on
Just-
how long it's been.
What?
Stop.
That is factually true.
Keep digging.
Welcome to our fun stream, everybody.
Keep digging, Jason.
What
No,
do
you
you
fools,
mean?
dig up.
Oh, stupid! Dig up.
No, you fools, dig up.
There's nothing wrong about joking about your friend's death.
No,
I mean-
I said it was morally abhorrent. I said that there is nothing legally wrong. There
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
okay,
difference.
yeah.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Still,
you know,
you're
you
still
just,
an asshole.
You're still an asshole.
Okay, yes.
Just because
yes,
you're right doesn't mean you're not an asshole.
Yes.
I can't believe you even brought that up.
I mean,
he
said
answered Poodle
for-
Hat's question.
He said for legal reasons that's a joke, and I was just saying that there is nothing illegal
Yeah,
about.
you've said it like
laughing.
10 times now.
I keep saying it.
I'm gonna keep saying it.
You're
What's wrong with
addicted.
you?
You should laugh at everybody who dies.
Oh my
is
God.
it is a comedy show.
Look at this loser.
Look at this idiot. He got himself killed.
Well, I mean,
I'm just gonna take the
like,
DM advice out of here now. Unless anyone has more to add about how to deal with character
Laughing.
I mean,
death.
Poodle Hats didn't specify that it had to be how to properly deal with.
Yeah, no, he never.
That's
I
true.
mean,
You gotta
it-
specify.
I mean, it was good at DM advice, but
No, yeah, I know.
I mean, player death.
yeah.
Or sorry, player character death, PC death is like some people don't really think about it, and like they just kind of ignore the fact that like your character dying is a very real possibility. Obviously, like as soon as you get to like your second death save, you're gonna be like, oh shit, like I might actually die. Like somebody save me, please. And sometimes it just can't happen. Like our characters have it's not too uncommon for us to make death saves.
Yeah. And I mean, in the
I-
Kill My Player stream, you actually did die.
No, but I mean for characters that are really meant to be more permanent,
Yeah, yeah.
like the kill your player stream is a separate thing, right? Like when a character dies in a normal campaign, it's usually fairly significant.
yeah, it's fairly significant. And even though Logan, you said, and you are correct in saying this, that there are ways, like a good number of ways to resurrect a character. I feel like most of the time when there's a major character death, that isn't what the path that people end up going. They end up they don't end up resurrecting their character. It's like the character's dead and gone, and people mourn over it. But I don't know, like it's. I feel like that's a really hard, like that's just a really hard topic to cover.
Yeah, it really depends what the group wants.
'Cause,
Like,
yeah,
It's a case
maybe-
by case. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe the group would love to do like a little mini thing to find a high level legendary sorcerer that can cast true resurrection or whatever, like but if like at the same time as the person whose character died, you also might not want to derail everything that's currently happening and be like, no, we need to resurrect this guy. Like it's very important.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a lot of potential for a lot of really cool storytelling and scenarios when it comes around player death. But yeah, it depends on like what's going on, who's playing, and all of that. It's I'm not personally a huge fan of how 5e or most tabletops handle death. But it can also be a cool thing to play around with as like a mechanic. Like the Sentinels campaign, for example, it's not impossible, but it is kind of unlikely that our characters are going to die.
That's what you think.
It's not impossible, but that's not really the point of that campaign.
Yeah, that's
where-
what you think.
I mean, you can kill us all, and that would be surprising, but I'd be okay with it.
Oh, good.
I mean, I am already numb to it. You've killed so many of my characters.
All right, listen.
That like, what's another character? It's
I knew
just-
this was gonna come up.
They're just numbers at this point.
All your fake accusations of me killing your characters.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah. It's never happened. Shiggy didn't exist. Fucking Squawks didn't.
I killed
wasn't a thing.
Shiggy. That was it.
Yeah.
Squawk is not dead.
Nope.
No. He's
Okay.
definitely
He's
not
not
in
dead.
a state.
Not dead.
Some weird, horrible, imprisoned state between life and death is definitely not the fate of
You
Squawk.
forced that pity.
What do you mean I forced that pity?
You forced it with your tone.
It's true. I don't know what he's
Yes.
talking about, but it's true.
I literally said, "Oh, you killed Squawk," and you're like, "No, I didn't kill him."
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not
that's
dead.
the way you said it.
Yeah. It's not about how you said it. Oh, no, it is about how you said it. Wait.
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 Let's try that again. But I don't know. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I-
dealing with character death, it's a tough issue.
Yeah, it's tough. There's not really any.
There, how do you like that
Like-
smashed up stall? Smashed it.
That looks more indicative of the little shits, and I am happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep adjusting it so it's more, more derelict. Important question. All of your questions are important, Poodle Hats.
Of course.
What's everyone's favorite? A and W. I can answer that right away.
I
feel like it's the most gourmet of fast foods that we realistically have.
I don't know that I agree.
Yeah, of course you don't.
I would say
Sorry,
that
I just got back. What does Jason not agree with?
Okay, so Poodle Hats is
everything all the
asking.
time.
Poodle Hats is asking what everyone's favorite fast food place is.
McDonald's, easy. Wouldn't even second guess that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
Yeah.
delicious. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be like one of those people who's like, oh, it's not delicious. No, it's fucking delicious.
anybody that says it's not delicious is fucking wrong, and fuck you if you think otherwise.
Don't
McDonald's
fucking lie to
is
me.
fucking delicious.
Just get so angry.
You just get really angry. What the fuck did you just say? You just like approach somebody at a mall who's like eating with his friends and just talking about fast food, and you just come up to him and you just start verbally assaulting him.
Sorry, I feel like you just said that McDonald's is disgusting.
I
Forgive
just
me.
gonna let that slide.
I just want to be sure.
I'm not a vile man. Just kidding.
Not a
Oh
violent
my
man,
god.
unless this shit happens.
Yeah, no.
But you know what? A&W though, he's pretty good.
A&W is like, it's like gourmet fast food. And okay,
Gourmet,
here
it's
we
a
go,
burger.
Jason. You're free to disagree with me now.
I mean, I worked there, so
But that's not fair. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I worked there, I don't like it.
I mean, I'm just telling you, gourmet is not the word I would use.
Look,
No, like A&W is fine.
it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it.
You're only saying that because Rob's here.
What?
Or wait, no,
My name
where,
is Rob.
Where does Rob work?
Family Farm.
Oh, I thought you worked at. Why did I think you work at A&W?
I work.
He does.
Oh.
They sometimes
Family
call it the
farm.
family farm.
I mean,
We
It's
farm
a-
families.
Oh my
it's a bit of
god.
a hap- it's a bit of a happiness farm, but anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, like they're growing it.
No, they're harvesting it.
Wow.
Doesn't that mean that they're growing it?
No. See, if you
Or
grow it,
are they
it means-
using happiness to grow other stuff, like they're to grow misery?
Yeah. That's
You worked at
Well,
Taco Bell?
Oh,
Nice.
Taco Bell. Okay, all right, Poodle Hats. Assuming you're not under some sort of NDA, what can you tell us about Taco Bell?
fucking don't.
No, please do. I've probably
No,
eaten Taco Bell
I-
like once.
I literally mean like fucking don't go to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't like tacos though, so.
Well, I mean,
What?
that's
What the fuck?
Jason.
All right, think
How
of
do you
this.
not like tacos? You're
I'm
fucked.
gonna
Just
tell
Jason, he
you
doesn't like
this.
anything.
I'm gonna tell you right now how I don't like fucking tacos.
Okay, do you tell us?
What do you
Name
put
one.
on tacos? What do you put on tacos?
Vegetables, and that's an
meat.
instant no for you.
Meat
Yes.
and cheese.
You
Meat,
put
cheese,
meat and
sauce.
cheese and vegetables.
You don't
They
need
put
vegetables.
And yes, you
People do that.
No,
but
you don't.
you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to.
You want to know what's not very good? Ground beef and
Beef.
and shredded cheese on fucking taco shell. It's
What?
just not very
What?
good.
What?
What do you?
What are you
You can't-
saying to me
you
right
can't,
now?
You can't afford beef. Yeah, you have to buy beef.
Oh my god.
Jason, what are you talking about? That's the type of food you eat by itself.
No, there's always like a sauce or condiment.
Yeah,
or
there's
something.
fucking sauce. What tacos are all about. There's a ton of sauces.
What do you put on fucking
I know the
tacos?
old taco sauce, you bitch. It's not. No.
Taco sauce can eat my asshole.
You're fucked. You're absolutely fucked.
No, like I don't like ground beef to begin with.
Dance
so,
puppets.
Like hamburgers are mediocre at best.
Dude.
It's an impossible.
Jason,
Don't
what
talk
is-
to him about food or video games
hurt
or
you?
shared interests. It's hard.
Jason, I'm
mean?
sorry so much food has hurt you.
If you think for 1 second that I enjoy
Brief.
not like briefed, yeah.
Oh my god. Jason, where does all this anger come from? Hey, what's
fact
up? What
that-
up? Welcome to our hate-filled stream.
Yeah, welcome, One Up
Hateful.
Ninja. This has turned into an attacking Jason for everything he stands in stream. Oh fuck,
This
you're
is
so
literally
wrong, dude.
No, it's about
Literally-
time.
Literally.
Really? It's about time.
What do you mean?
Long
So
time
you get away
ago.
with too much.
What do you mean I get away with? How dare I have an opinion?
We're gonna play a game chat. Okay, just start typing out just food items, and just Jason
Oh,
will hate
yeah.
you.
You want?
Yes,
You want me
yes.
to just sit here saying no all day?
Yes.
I want you to explain the exact reasons why you hate every item they come up with.
Well,
Okay,
here's
let's
the
do it.
thing. When the powers that be are like, all right, I'm gonna create some Jason right now. They're like, I'll just make him not like anything.
Oops, I spilled the
And
bucket
it'll
of
be-
hate.
I spilled the fucking-
Ah, shit.
That's fine.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice, and then God
Well,
accidentally
we don't have
added
enough. We don't have enough
concoction.
hate for Joel, so we'll just fill him full of talent.
That's all hate.
I still think we should do the food thing though in chat.
Yeah, start throwing them out, man.
They're throwing up food items.
Jason, applesauce.
I don't mind applesauce.
Fuck.
That was a trick one. Applesauce is garbage.
I could get mean about that. But I'm not going to, Jason, because I do care about you.
What do you mean you can get mean about that?
Get mean about
About
it.
applesauce.
What the hell are you gonna get mean about applesauce?
I just think your palate is a little bit 4 years old. Like you just capped out there and you never needed to accept new foods after that. Your brain was just done.
That's not even true because when I was a kid, I used to fucking love like beets and stuff like that, and I just don't.
Oh, so you love beets? You have a free pass for everything.
Tell me-
No,
tell-
I don't.
tell
I can't
me.
stand beets.
Tell me
Oh.
what it is you fell asleep cradling the other night. Tell me.
Hatred.
Hatred.
Tell me what you fell asleep cradling delicately in your arms.
I wasn't cradling it delicately in my arms. I had my chin rested upon it because it was on my desk.
Okay.
What is it?
Still, you were cuddling it.
What is it?
I fell asleep cuddling a jar of pickles.
Yeah, I can't even believe.
I literally was like I want
Oh my
something to
God.
snack on while we're playing D&D. So I just grabbed the jar of pickles because I didn't have time to fish some pickles out of it, and it was on my desk, and I was just doing terribly fucking when we were playing D&D. So I fell asleep.
Squawk was a little Slash was a little on the quiet side. That's okay.
I feel terrible about it, but I fell asleep in the last 10 minutes, and I definitely fell asleep just fucking hugging and cuddling a fucking jar of pickles
Oh my god.
that was sitting on my desk. My chin lovingly perched atop it, my arms wrapped around it.
All right,
nestling it.
what's another food item?
How did Jason Dioe drown in a jar of pickles while he slept?
Oh my
I
god.
yeah. I mean, of all
Can we
the ways
laugh
I
at you
could
when you
go-
die that way?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what else? How are you gonna not laugh at that? Here lies Jason, drowned with pickles. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like fucking cry? No.
I might cry
I might cry.
with laughter.
Yeah, that's kind of crying that'll go on. Fucking laughing so hard there's tears.
Oh,
He died
boy.
the way he lived, cradling pickles.
Jason, is there any like burger you would eat, or are you just writing off burgers as
No,
like
no,
a
no, no,
genre?
I don't mind like burgers. I'm not a huge fan of like ground beef or hamburger like meat. So like
the primary ingredient.
What about like shredded chicken tacos?
Yeah, I don't like ground beef or buns.
no,
'Cause
but
I feel like you're picturing the very stereotypical Taco Bell taco,
yeah.
and not the bazillions of options.
In a shocking turn of events, while talking about Taco Bell, I was thinking about Taco Bell tacos. Yes.
What
I
about
don't
like a
know.
real taco?
Like-
Bell?
But yes, but we start talking about tacos.
So, I like most of the stuff that you put on a taco. I don't like. So when I
Okay.
have a taco, 90% of the time it's like ground beef and like shredded cheese, and that is the taco. And I would just, if I'm gonna do that, I would rather have nachos, and I would probably prefer the ground beef not be there, because again, I'm not a huge fan of ground beef.
Jason, what do you
Um,
put on your nachos?
Cheese.
Oh my. Joel, you should have taken a picture of those nachos you made when I came over that one night.
Oh yeah,
Those really good nachos that had like a million veggies on it. It was so
yeah,
fucking
tho-
good.
those were vegan too, and they were
That
still
sounds-
good.
That
Yeah,
sounds, how the hell
Good
do you
thing
have
I muted
vegan
for that.
cheese?
It's
It's cheese. It's vegan.
It's vegan cheese. It doesn't have dairy in it, and yes, it can still be cheese because cheese does not mean dairy. I'm not getting into this argument with you.
What do you think about that, Jason?
Jason needs his own podcast.
Oops, what the hell did I just do?
Jason hosts
Whoops,
InfoWars.
I just fucked that build. Oh, I turned up the contrast.
Yeah, I'll go on there ranting about how Sandy Hook was a hoax, and then start selling
Oh my
fucking
Whoa!
creatine.
Mhm.
That's what he does.
I know, we know.
I know, it's just saying it. I don't know.
It's dirty.
I agree. The guy's a fucking piece of shit. He does that shit, and then he tries and sells like dietary supplements. That's
Who?
what he does.
Who is
The
this?
guy that
Um,
shot all those
Exactly.
kids?
Alex Jones.
I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, that guy's crazy.
Yeah, he is. He's legitimately crazy, and he says the most hateful, awful shit, and then he tries to peddle dietary supplements.
Who is this?
He's
Alex
just
Jones.
he's an American host of a TV show, InfoWars.
He's the host of InfoWars. Although
It's just like
I-
sensationalist stuff that's just ridiculous.
it's the most. He's the guy who would rant and rave about turning the frogs gay.
It's like National Enquirer like became a sentient person, but also God spilled
real
all of his
problem.
hate and misinformation into him.
Spilled some
Yeah.
of the hate from Jason on him.
Yes, he
No, no,
made
no, no,
Alex
no, no,
Jones
no,
at the
no,
same
no, no.
time as Jesus.
Let's be clear here.
Oh my God.
There is a difference between my kind of hate and his kind of hate.
We are not the
I
same.
don't. We are not the same. I don't like things. He has nothing but hate and vile contempt for his fellow human beings. And I mean, there's
True.
lots of people I don't like, but
Like
I
me.
don't
Logan.
hate people. Yeah, accurate.
Wow.
But I don't hate groups of people for merely existing, and he does.
What about people who like hamburgers?
I mean, those are the most vile pieces of shit, and I can't finish the sentence, otherwise either Twitch will come and shut us down.
Oh my God, something like that will actually shut us down. Jeez.
Y'all a bunch of simps.
Whoa!
Oh no,
Oh, whoa.
he said the forbidden word. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, that was fun. It was a good run, everyone.
Time to attack.
What did we get to 134 followers? Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, it's all right. Too
Shut
big
it
to
down.
be banned.
Yeah. One day. Hashtag one day.
It's everybody's dream to get banned on Twitch.
Yeah.
Hey, you know you've made it once you're banned.
Hey, Amaranth made a
That's-
career out of it. So.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Actually, she got permanently banned now. She's
Yes,
fucking gone.
she's done now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They finally are like, all right, we're done with you peddling softcore porn on our fucking
Yeah.
video game website.
Yeah.
And
That was a
she's sitting,
long time coming.
she's sitting there like, I don't know what I did, and it's just Oh
yeah,
my God,
no,
that-
I mean,
Wait, so why is she still? I mean, she's streaming on Twitch right now, so
Amaranth?
yeah.
Is she?
No
It's
way.
Yeah. I'm totally not watching Amaranth.
Oh my God.
She's there. Though.
She's back. Look at her. She's still looking the mics.
Yeah, because they banned her and then they're like, wait, look at our profits. It has
Profits.
plateaued.
profits have tanked.
What have we done wrong?
Shit, so much. She's got 2 of those fucking mics, and she just goes between them. Oh my God, it's.
Ooh, Jason, you should do
nonstop.
that. ASMR.
I mean, I could.
Jason, let's do it.
But you just talk about how much you hate food.
Yeah.
I hate the burger.
It's called softcore hate
Softcore. Ooh, that's a good good
with
title.
Jason
Yeah, that's-
McMillimack. What's your middle name? What's your last name? Whatever.
Onions are so
That's close
gross.
Jason McMillimack.
Disgusting. Yeah, man. I legitimately thought she got permanently banned. She thought she got permanently banned. I don't know what the fuck
What is
happened.
going on with my thing? It's like lagging.
Ghosts.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Maybe have you refreshed in a while? It's been like a couple hours. Would that matter?
save and refresh.
Sometimes it does. Yeah, I guess so. I could.
Yeah, save and refresh. Clear memory. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
This one looks great.
Yeah, liking the look of this one. Yeah, I'll quickly save. Yeah, how do you like that? We're getting like 4 maps for the price of 1 here.
Boom. Yeah. And we're talking about the real issues.
Yep.
Yep,
Jason,
yep.
what's another food you hate? Oh wait, let me think of something I love. How about like
I'll do a look at the original there so people can compare.
a random food generator?
So we go from here.
I mean, like
Into
again,
here.
I'm pretty consistent. Like if it's got
Mac and cheese.
I love mac and cheese, like one of my favorite foods.
And let me guess, so like just like mac and cheese.
Little kids eat.
Mac and cheese with just like nothing on it, just like mac and cheese. Right?
Weenies and beanies.
Jason, how do you feel
no
about the
beanies.
weenies and the beanies?
No beanies.
That's a vegetable.
So just weenies. You just want a plate of weens.
Jason, what about
I'll eat
A
the hell out of
sausage
it.
fest.
a pulled pork sandwich?
Pulled pork is pretty good.
Okay, that's good.
You say it with
It's
such
not
conviction.
veggies.
We agree on something.
You know what the thing is you say it with such conviction. You're like, pulled
Jason
pork
is
is good.
so sure of everything he says, and I love it.
I mean,
And-
why would I say something if I'm not sure?
No, because
if
you
I
say it
wasn't-
like this is like it's a fact.
Because it is a fact. Pulled pork is pretty good.
Yeah, but
But it usually
your-
has onions in it, and
it's-
onions a vegetable.
it's then the onions.
I mean, you could do it without onions.
Do anything with onions.
What about like? Man, this random food generator is really lame. It has like 12 things.
Man, it turns out that me hating everything was just a meme.
Hey guys, there's only like 12 foods, right?
It just keeps giving you mac and cheese.
What about banana bread?
I like banana bread. I don't like bananas. I like banana bread.
Banana bread.
Okay, you know what? Everything that's coming up on these lists is something that Jason probably likes, so I think Jason wrote this.
Yeah,
I probably
did.
did.
French toast.
I like French toast.
Yeah, see, this is fucked.
Yeah, you coat anything in fucking maple syrup, and it's like, oh, I don't like that. I hate sugar. Don't lie to me.
What about... Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, but all these things you're gonna like lamb chops. You probably love lamb chops.
Lamb chops are all right. Yeah.
Okay.
You like lamb chops,
Why not?
but you don't like ground beef.
You like lamb chops play along, where kids can come and play along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Shit, that was my jam when I was a kid.
That scared the
Do you like-
shit out of me as a kid.
Do you like jam?
Really?
Jam's delicious. It's berries.
What kind of jam?
Most.
I don't know why that was so witty.
It's on me. I set the bar too low.
I mean, like, what do you want me? What do you want me to answer there? Like,
I don't know.
You would be hard pressed to find a jam where I'm like, maybe not. I mean, you will. I mean, obviously you will, but
Ground
You
beef
know?
jam?
I mean,
Ew.
are you gonna eat ground beef jam?
Yes.
Yeah, I probably would.
You
You could probably
disgust me.
liquefy ground beef into like a
Let's-
jelly spread.
Yeah, you probably could.
Put it on a cracker. Ooh, like a salted cracker with a bit of meat
And,
on it
and
might
you
be pretty
could
good.
probably use the chunks that would come pouring out of my mouth as fucking extra flavoring, because that'd be.
By the
fucking
time
disgusting.
this year is over, Jason, I am going to force feed you ground beef jam,
We're gonna stream it.
and you're gonna
Why?
like it.
Jason's gonna wake up in like a saw trap, and he's gonna. Hello, Jason. To escape this trap, you see before you a salad.
I'd fucking die.
You must eat. You must eat the salad.
I would unironically
There
die.
is a dressing. You may or may not use it. It is your choice. You have 6 months to attempt this.
Oh my god, 6 months, and it's like the same salad. So like, if I don't eat it within like a day, it's just gone
We'll
bad.
bring you a fresh one every day.
Oh,
That's a very reasonable challenge.
After 6 months, if you do not eat the salad, I will pull the pin on a grenade and roll it down this PVC tube into the room you're in.
I would take my chances with the grenade, to be honest with you.
I've never seen the movie. I figure that's what he does. He looks at the people who are in the traps, and as soon as they fail, he just rolls a grenade down a pipe.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I actually have never seen Saw either.
The first one's great. The first Saw movie's awesome.
The first, I really liked the first two at the time.
Two's fine. Two's fine.
I haven't seen them in fucking since they were like.
So I've kind of
The only
decided this
movies.
place has been rained on a bunch and flooding. I don't know.
Yeah, that looks really good.
That must be where all my tears went from being picked on
This
constantly.
graveyard of Jason.
Play your tears. Here they are.
I don't know. I'm told I hate everything, but everything that's been listed, I've been like, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, because it's just like basic food that isn't like fun. It's just like
Then name something fun, genius.
Well, waiting for. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
We're waiting for chat to give us food ideas.
No, everybody's asleep.
Chat's like, that's fucking dumb. They're just
they
bullying.
were asleep.
Oh, there
You
he
are
is.
not
Alright,
being
so
Still
bullied.
yelling.
You earn all of this.
Also,
Okay, how do we
Years
catch
later,
Chris? How do we catch Chris up?
Salmon loaf. There you go.
Basically, Jason, we were going over foods Jason hates, and he hates everything except
Salmon
everything I've
loaf?
listed.
Yeah, salmon loaf.
He
Do
likes-
you like salmon
What the
loaf?
I'm not a huge fan of fish, so
I
probably
didn't think
not.
he hated everything. I thought it was just vegetables.
Well, I mean
It
that
is!
that
And
eliminates
shellfish.
many.
He doesn't
that-
like shellfish.
That
I don't-
eliminates so
okay,
many
okay,
things.
okay. I don't like veggies. I don't like seafood, so shellfish or just fish.
How can you not like seafood? Like just in
Uh,
general.
Because
I get it. I
You like
totally
pickles,
not liking
though.
seafood. He loves pickles. You might even
I
say he
love-
would love to sleep with pickles.
You might say that.
I would fall asleep cuddling a jar of pickles. That would be something I would do.
Yeah, can confirm.
Jason likes garlic bread. There's no veggies on that
Did you say can confirm? How the hell can you confirm that?
because we literally know
Just
that he did
confirmed
that.
it.
Okay,
Hey,
all right.
Chris,
Fair play.
Chris.
No retort.
Remember D&D like a day ago? I
2
may
days.
have passed out. Yeah, whatever. I may have passed out cuddling a jar of pickles near the end. Anyway,
Anyway.
I love the stun silence off of that. Just
I think he's gone. I don't know if he's
Just-
here right now.
just out.
Chris is here.
Oh no, he is. Okay, good.
Oh, you were gonna ask him about Odyssey thing, weren't you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at one point you
I
had.
mean,
You had, like, an
I wanna
Odyssey
see
of
how
the-
this plays out first.
No, it was the wrestling thing. It was a joke. I didn't actually have a question for him.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
And
Hey,
yes,
Chris, can I roll a pro wrestler in your Odyssey game?
I mean,
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, there is a monk one, so yeah, you could. And to be clear, yes, garlic bread is the god tier food. It is so good.
I can't tell if I
wanna
like this
say-
rain or not.
I actually kind of want to say yes, Logan.
It's a little
but
too
maybe,
thick.
Maybe not in the way that you're thinking.
No,
'cause,
yeah,
like,
but I could have like a physical grappler like combatant kind of
yeah,
guy.
but, well, like wrestling, like
Play back.
Greco-Roman wrestling
Mhm.
was like an original like Greek combat sport and like Olympic sport, right? So if you
Mhm.
wanted to have a character who's like a grappler and that's like his thing is that he's an athlete, then I'd say go for it. Like a Greek, like an ancient Greek Randy
Yeah.
Savage. Fuck it. Why not?
For seeing the grappler feat many times, I actually have never read it. Let's see what grappler gets me. You have advantage on attack rolls against a creature you're grappling. You can use your action to pin a creature grappled by you. But do I get an advantage like to grapple? I'm assuming grappling is like a strength thing.
Yeah, it's
Strength,
just
athletics, or
contested.
expertise.
Yeah, athletics versus acrobatics or
Okay,
athletics.
so you just need stuff that will boost that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What about you like a giant? Or like can a centaur be a grappler? You wouldn't even know, and even if you were like an expert in like judo or jujitsu, you wouldn't know how to beat a centaur. You'd never have to do your martial arts against a horse.
Yeah, you could be a centaur grappler. Why not? God, now I want garlic bread.
Have garlic bread.
You have garlic bread at home.
Chris, Chris, in your absence, I don't know if you actually missed anything of value.
Well, I mean, he would have deduced that our friends are assholes that want nothing more than to bully me, but other than that, no.
All right.
It's not bullying if it's true.
It's not bullying
Yes,
if we
it
all.
is.
It's not a bullying if we all enjoy it.
That's true. We're all having a fun time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially you.
yeah.
And if you say you don't, I'll give you a wedgie.
Fuck.
Oh.
Oh no.
All right.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the
That came together.
came together. I'm gonna add a little. I'm gonna try something here. I don't know if this is gonna work. Try to add like a little flame. Yeah, flame. A little flame. Like sort of reflection here.
Can you render real-time 3D reflections?
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
I have a thought.
What's your thought, Chris?
Let me pull up the archetypes here, and then I'll tell you.
Oh, for OOTD.
Yeah.
Oh, you posted that in the chat, didn't you? Yes, you did. There it is.
Yeah, I'm just pulling them up in the guide. Barbarian, cleric. There was one for paladin, right? Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Is there like a paladin grappler thing?
Are you actually gonna be like a wrestler?
Well, no, but I mean, like not like a pro wrestler, but I mean, I could roll a guy that is very skilled in, wrestling. So yes, I guess yes, possibly.
Well, yes, but no, but yes.
He's gonna go up to every NPC and be like, I'm the cream of the crop, and I will raise to the
Delicious.
top.
Yeah.
You're Hogan.
I personally can't wait for this to happen.
I mean, that might be interesting.
It'd certainly be interesting.
But like a paladin. I put you in like I just do like king chain throws on my enemies until they convert to my religion.
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
Keep doing RDC on somebody until they give up.
Fucking
Yeah.
rolling death cradle.
Yeah, man.
So okay, so I'm just thinking out loud here. But what if you rolled an Oath of the Dragon Lord Paladin? You'd get haste as an oath spell at level 9, but which is not for a bit. But as a paladin, you could take Oath of Glory, which would give you, which would let you take Peerless Athlete, and then you could, as a bonus action, you could channel Divinity to augment your athleticism and get advantage on strength checks for 10 minutes. So if you were trying to make contested athletics checks, you could channel Divinity, Peerless Athlete, and have advantage on all those checks to grapple. And then later on, you'd have haste, which would give you an extra action on your turn while you were doing that shit.
Chris, I think you just sold me on whatever it is you're talking about. This sounds wonderful.
I don't know. I think an Oath of the Dragon Lord Paladin could be a viable grappler. Although I've found in 5e there are less good situations to grapple in general.
There's always a good situation to grapple in.
It definitely comes up, yeah.
Yeah, you have 10 minutes. You have advantage on strength and dex checks. Good lord. For 10 minutes, you have advantage on strength and dex checks. You can carry, push, drag, and lift twice as much weight as normal, and the distance of your long and high jumps increases by 10 feet. Wow.
That's pretty mental.
That's... You get that at level 3?
And this is fairly low down to Aura of Alacrity at 7th level. Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. If you aren't incapacitated, the walking speed of any ally who starts their turn within 5 feet of you also increases by 10 feet. So if you had that, and then you also had haste, your speed would be 40 feet, plus you would have haste.
Dang.
By level 9, but... certainly an option. I don't want to push you in any one direction, but if you were actually...
I feel like I'm pulling you in this direction now.
If you were actually wanting to be a professional wrestler, I mean, I would twist it in like an ancient Greek way, but it could absolutely be a thing.
I'm a paladin who's like, like an ancient, wrestler who knows all the wrestling techniques, and that's how he like preaches to his congregation. Like there's all he just has like a ring in front of the pews.
All right, what do we think?
And that's how he gets everybody pumped up about the Lord.
I think this looks dope, Joel.
Yeah, it turned out pretty nice. So this would be the little shits hangout at night.
Let me make this full screen so I can soak it in.
Soak it in.
Soak it in. Yeah, that looks much more like a kind of a corner alley of a slum or something.
Mm-hmm. A little bit different than what I had, but that's fine. What I'm gonna do now, actually, because it's only 9:30, is for the final bit, I'll switch over to Foundry and actually put some walls in there and whatnot, so people can see that sort of process.
I've also wanted to see how you do that.
Yeah, well, there you go. I can get rid of the thing in the bottom right. That reference gone. Okay, just give me a couple moments here to get into Foundry. Oh, I'd have to, I would have to export. Yeah, let me export this. This might take a few moments.
All good.
Wow, 4,000 by 4,000, nice.
Actually, what I'll do is I'll put it, I'll do a little 10-minute break thing.
As you render?
As I render it, yeah, and I do all the switching around. We'll just kind of hang out here.
I think playing like a grappler striker would be kind of cool. That would certainly be different than what I've normally done.
It would be really cool. And
that Peerless Athlete is messed up.
So that would work really well with my character.
Why is that?
So my character is a melee bard, essentially. Like he's going to be a strongman bard. And eventually I get a thing that if someone near me, if someone within 5 feet of me, like one of my allies, does something, I can refresh or I get like a bardic inspiration back for free. So if you're like up in the thick, like holding enemies, then I'm just punching them while you're like holding on to them. Like me and you could synergize off each other.
Oh my god, and you can be like my hype man.
Yeah, exactly.
Introducing! Like every enemy I'm about to like do a full sprint clothesline or like King's Shining Wizard.
Yeah.
I basically just want to play King.
Sounds like it.
At this point.
Okay, maps.
I think I'm actually gonna. I think I've decided.
Completed maps.
Got any ideas there, Mr. Bird?
The only thing I'll say, not to discourage you from picking any particular thing or encourage one way or the other, but bear in mind that whatever you do, you might be playing it for a long time because it's a long campaign. So definitely pick something that you like.
Yes. Don't pick a meme character.
Well, I mean, if it's a meme character that you like and you're happy to keep playing.
No, I mean like Sir Farts a lot the poop or something like that.
Joel, my wrestler name would not be Sir Farts All the Poop. I'd be booed out of the ring fucking instantly. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for even trying.
He would be Sir Fartslot the Poo or whatever.
The Poo.
Oh my god. Logan. Barbarians, there's also the Herculean Path archetype for Barbarian, which has at 3rd level, a precocious wrestler. At 3rd level, you have learned to take advantage of your innate strength. You are proficient in athletic skill and capable of grappling and shoving creatures that are up to 2 sizes larger than you. On your turn, you may use a bonus action to attempt to grapple a creature. While you are grappling a creature with one hand, you may use your free hand to attack that creature with 2-handed weapons as if you were using both hands.
Oh my god.
I think Rob said he wanted to be a barbarian though.
Oh,
that is fucked.
That sounds great.
Hey, like you want it. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I mean, being capable of grappling and shoving creatures that are up to 2 sizes larger than you, like, you almost get that from that paladin thing, because you get, like, double, you can move and pull and push and lift, like, twice as much as possible. And with a strength card, that would already be a very large weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to see this king wielding an ultra great sword character be built.
Oh, my character probably wouldn't use weapons. He would probably just be a grappler, or maybe he would have like, enchanted knuckle. What are they called? Brass knuckles.
Did you not hear what Chris just said? You could grapple with one hand and wield a 2-handed weapon in the other one and use it as though you're wielding 2 weapons.
That's the barbarian one. Yeah,
it's a barbarian archetype though. Yeah. So you couldn't have that and peerless athlete. You'd have to either be a paladin or a barbarian. But
oh, I see.
Make your selection now.
The barbarian one's good though, because you can use your bonus action to grapple. That's good. Yep. That's really good.
I don't know. The Oath of the Dragon, even if you're not a grappler, the Oath of the Dragon Paladin is pretty cool.
Yeah,
your Find Familiar lets you summon a pseudo dragon instead. That's good.
Okay. I need to change the window, obviously. But there we go. Okay, so I've got it imported into Foundry now. So a couple of cool things I can do. I've already adjusted the grid and everything. But one thing I can do is this. What's this? Weather mask? What? Add some top-down rain. I don't know if the stream is picking that up. Oh yeah, it's kind of there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
You can see it.
Yep.
Make it a little bit more. Scale it up just a bit. This is speed number. Oops. Density, let's do 3500. Boom. Sometimes it needs to be refreshed. There we go.
That looks a little more rainy.
Yeah, cool. I like that. Bit of rain going there. Oh, I wonder if I could put like raindrops specifically in the puddles. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I've got the map here. Oh, and the weather crashed. It's been doing that a lot these days.
Oh, the weather module is crashing?
It like crashes on a specific page and I have to refresh it.
Oh, speaking of modules, Joel, you should look into installing plutonium module for Foundry.
What does that do?
It will allow us to drag and drop things from 5e tools.
Oh.
Which means basically everything.
Okay.
So just take a look into it.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Okay, so I think when I first did this before for the houses, I think I used so if you go to the wall section, there's like, this is why I like Foundry when compared to Roll20s. There's a lot of different walls. There's like normal walls, terrain walls, invisible, ethereal, doors, secret, and then cloned. And then between those, there's setting for walls, so you can have like one-way walls and whatnot. Anyway, I think I used terrain walls, which block, but they don't totally block. Like they don't block. They only block when the wall is when you see through two walls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start by going around the border, the regular wall, so that you can't escape. Don't let your players escape. Yeah, this took a little bit getting used to when I first doing Foundry, like getting used to how the walls work when compared to Roll20. Roll20, you like draw in the walls. In this, you like kind of like they're like lines instead. Yeah, Roll20 did not have wall choices. It was just like wall, lighting blocker. Chris, you made
Maybe it's different now.
You made a thing in Roll20, right? Like you made that map with like the big giant tank, right?
Yep.
So you remember how it was? Somewhat.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pain to work out.
And if I go to terrain walls here, I can put terrain walls probably like here. I like to line them up to the grid so that your, tokens don't go inside. Or if it's not lined up to the grid, your tokens sometimes do weird things. And also another thing I'd like to do when I'm putting walls down is change the grid color. So I can see what frickin' doing. And do there. Actually, do I want that like that?
I just don't know.
I think no, I'm fucking this up. Sorry. I think I actually want this to be pretty close to where the roof is. Just because the way it blocks vision. You'll see here. I just want this to be in a straight line. So yeah, now if I spawn in a character, like say Ivor. Oh. So the terrain walls blocks vision when two walls are passed with the line of sight, but it doesn't block when one wall is passed, so I can still see that the details of this building. I just can't see past it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how that works, right? So it's super handy to have that because you can still, otherwise this thing would just be a big empty like square and you wouldn't see any of these details. And like, a character like Mr. Birds is like, hey, can I fly up on that roof? I see like a chimney, all this stuff, right? He'll want to see that, and he still can't pass through the things unless he says like, oh, I want to jump down. So that's why I like to use the terrain walls. Terrain walls are a little bit weird because sometimes they don't, like if there's lots of complicated angles, they start to look weird, but if it's just squares,
Right.
It's pretty good. Shit. Step into the square circle. Do I want one there? No, I'm not gonna put one there. Step into the square circle, son. Jason, did you say what you were gonna be for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords yet, or?
I still like I said before, I'm struggling pretty hard with what I want to do.
Is there anything you've wanted to try lately?
Oops.
The next big one that I wanted to try was probably Artificer, but Artificer isn't one of the options. And
Okay. Well, I mean,
I want to do one of the other ones. Like I don't want to do something that's not on the list.
okay. I mean, that's up to you though. Just so as you know, like you don't have to pick one of those archetypes.
I know that if I wanted to, I could pick an Aarakocra and I could be an Artificer, and that would be fine. I'm fully aware that that's the case, but I feel like that kind of doesn't entirely defeat the purpose of doing Odyssey of the Dragon Lords or whatever.
Mhm.
But I feel like it does miss a large part of it.
Yeah, most stuff from the Eberron campaign setting doesn't really fit with this setting, but it doesn't mean that it can't be there.
Oh, and yeah, I'm aware of that. Like I said,
There are some things in this that are kind of Eberron-esque. Like, I don't know if you read the section on the Amazons, for example. They have animal companions called Stimfey that are basically like mechanical birds. So they are like mechanical constructs that they use.
Which is
And there's some
badass.
there's some other stuff like that.
That's fucking dope. I want to be one of them.
There you go.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm not.
Oops.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take me a while to figure out what I want to do, and I'm probably gonna wait and see what everybody else does, and then like fill a role hole that we have.
We have pretty much everything other than Mitch.
Yeah.
And we know he's gonna be a cat.
He is likely to be a cat. Yes.
I don't know if that's for sure or not, because I know that he was also interested in a couple of the particular epic paths, which might make that challenging. So I haven't talked to him about that in a few months, but
yeah, like I don't know, like I'm like I said, it's gonna take me a little while to figure out, because like I've never been big on like just doing a fighter or barbarian, even though barbarian sounds like it's taken. And I've done like paladin before, and I haven't been super hot on pure spellcasters lately.
Mhm.
And somebody else wants or not somebody else, fucking Joel wants to be the bard. So
is anyone playing a warlock already?
I don't think so.
So we did have a player play Hexblade Warlock, but they took the Warlock archetype from Odyssey, and that player ended up pretty cool.
that could be cool.
Warlocks are pretty sweet.
You get Call Lightning at 3rd level on the spell list.
Call lightning, you say?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play Zeus, God of Thunder.
And you get some that archetype is basically that you can use the fates, like the literal 3 fates, as your patron, and at level 6, if you level up Warlock that high, it basically lets you re-roll some stuff, like gives you foresight.
Okay.
And it gives you some temporary hit points and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I again, like, I wouldn't worry too much about what I'm gonna do right now, because I'm gonna have to pour over a bunch of stuff, and like, cause I don't know, I don't even know what race I want to be, right? Like, of the provided races, like I just, most of them, well, I mean, nothing jumps out as me as something that I find super appealing. So again, like, it's gonna take me a bit of time to kind of try and suss out what I want to do.
Fucking sus, bro.
Yeah. I mean, also, though, like I said, if you don't see anything that appeals to you and you're stuck, then just DM me and we'll work something out.
Oh yeah, no, and again, like, I know that's the case. And that might be something I do for race, but I'm definitely going to pick one of the what the hell are they called? Epic paths? No. Yes, maybe?
Yes.
Epic paths? Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick one of those classes, because again, like, I feel like not picking that is just kind of defeating the purpose. Like, it's missing out on like a huge chunk of the
Yeah, so
of
to
the thing.
be clear, you don't have to pick one of those archetypes, but I do need everyone to pick an epic path of some kind. There are 8 of those, and you're picking that in addition to your standard background.
Yeah, but the epic path is tied to class, isn't it?
No, that's a separate thing.
Oh, okay.
That's class archetypes.
Okay.
Wait, where's the epic path? I don't even see epic paths in this book.
Bear with me for a second.
Oh, there they
here.
are. Sorry, I
can-
just found them.
You got them? I think they start on page 20.
Am I misunderstanding it then, that the epic paths are tied to or tie into the classes somewhat, or
Yes, I think maybe you are misunderstanding that a little bit. What I was saying before is you probably want to read the epic paths maybe before you start and have a think about them as you're picking your class and race, because some of them do synergize a little bit more with certain classes or races, and as you're reading them it might give you an idea for something. But the epic paths are basically, it's some extra stuff that you're going to get as you go, but it is also fairly important to the story. They're going to tie your character into the story world in a fairly important way. And we can change some of the stuff that's in them as long as it fits with the story. But the idea is you're going to want to think about what kind of boons you might want on your character before you roll them. And then you want to have a think about the epic path when you're like writing the backstory for your character, because it's going to come up a lot. You're going to be following that epic path for most of the campaign is what it amounts to. So
yeah.
All right, and sorry to interrupt for a sec, but I think I'm pretty much done the map here.
When am I seeing an Alf come back? I mean,
Ooh,
it's
Alf.
Really cool.
I mean, he's in the world. Like, we might see him.
He's in
I
the
mean-
Sentinels.
Yeah.
We I mean, it's been so long since we've done Sentinels, but now that we're back to Sentinels, it's
Yeah.
far more likely that he might
He'll be
pop up
around
again.
for sure.
He might pop up again.
Alf's literally your favorite. Well, that means a lot to me. Alf is me. I am Alf.
Alpha's pretty.
I'll just get married. Jesus.
Tell me about it.
Alf is
Alf
the
is
main
fun to play.
So I'm reading through these. Or sorry, Joel, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that I'll probably end the stream here. I think, unless you guys want to chat for a bit longer, but it's up to you.
I just wanted to bring up the fact that I'm reading through these
Sure.
the epic paths. There's one called the Dragon Slayer. So
that one.
you could be the Dragon Slayer epic path, but you could also be, let me bring it up here, simultaneously with that, possibly, you could be a paladin with the Oath of the Dragon Lord, where you raise a dragon. So, like, you hate dragons because they killed your family, but you are also, like, sworn to protect a dragon.
Bird Slayer.
Ooh, the Bird Slayer.
How dare?
Yeah.
Let me read through the.
Like, unless those are mutually exclusive. That would be funny. Yeah, Oath of the Dragon Lord. You
the
have
Dragon
a dragon
Slayer. Your goal ultimately is to kill a particular dragon.
Oh, it's a particular one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily hate all dragons.
The deadbeat dad that left the kid with you.
Yeah, you wish to discover the identity and location of the dragon who raised your village so that you can seek it out. So your heroic task is to kill the dragon responsible for your tragedy. So
Yeah,
you absolutely
not
could
all
be
dragons.
yeah, you could absolutely be raising a dragon and also trying to kill a different dragon. That would be totally fine.
That'd be great.
That's pretty cool.
And with the class archetypes, so the it looks like the in the player's guide to the Odyssey there is one archetype for each class. So like they're like one extra archetype that exists, but you don't have to take those.
No, you don't have to. No.
Yeah, a lot of these are really interesting. I'm gonna have to take a deep look at these. The rogue looks interesting too. The rogue archetype, the Odyssean.
Clever as the gods is really good.
Well, what? Sorry. The clever as the gods. On your turn, you may use your bonus action to devise a clever plan to trick your enemy. Choose one creature that you can see. Make a charisma roll contested by that creature's wisdom. If you win the contest, you and your allies have advantage on attacks against that creature until the beginning of your next turn. Ooh, you can force advantage. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this feature cannot be used on the same creature more than once per combat. Okay, so you get one shot at it. Per monster.
Yeah.
Legendary cunning, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my headset became unplugged. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop the stream here because we got her.
Okay.
A little early, but we can stick around after if you guys want to discuss more Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, but nothing else to see here, people.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Poodle
Yeah,
hats.
map looks good.
Radar.
Good night.
One up. Whoever else is here.
Great. Yeah.
And as always, in a few days, I'll release these in the maps and picks section. And if you want to, yep, there's the Discord. The maps and picks section of the Discord. And if you want to use it in your own campaigns or whatever, feel free to download it and use it. You know, just give us a shout out when you do. And yeah, have a good one.
I love you.
Bye.
Hey, what are you doing?